All right, so welcome back to the, I don't know what number we're on, episode Riffrunners.
This is number 7.
This is number 7, thank you. At least one of us can count, and it's the robot who can count. That makes sense.
It's not me.
Yeah, it's definitely not me.
I'm not a robot, I'm a ship.
Right, sorry, my mistake. Right, he's a real boy. So we're going to go ahead and I think start off with Bungie's log. So I mentioned this before, I think, but to reiterate, since I kind of forgot until recently, that random episode we did when Thea wasn't here officially takes place in the middle of last session. If that makes any sense at all. It's in the middle of your downtime and prep time, basically, when that kind of gets slotted in. So that means that he has he wrote the Bungie log for that a while ago, so he's going to do that one too, which will help Thea because she wasn't at all here for that.
She was on a secret mission.
Yeah, she was on a
Did you
secret
ever
mission.
figure out what that secret mission was?
No, I'm going to leave that for a later date as a Deus Ex Machina of like, oh, that's what that was. For in case we get stuck and need to do something in an emergency, I'm going to use that. So
Yeah.
Smart.
and
I think Thea should be able to do it like in the middle of this heist. She says, oh, remember that secret
Remember
mission?
when-
That means I have
honestly,
such and such.
You remember
Yeah,
how I
I'm
stole
good with
that
that.
thing before it ever arrived at the event?
I already did the job, guys.
Yes. I
I
love
thought we
it.
were doing this just for funsies.
Yeah, I thought this was just practice.
I will say that I probably will allow her to actually do that at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this session, but I will leave that up to you, Thea. If you're like, this is an appropriate moment that makes sense, and you can hold
That
on
is
to
a
it
bad idea.
You can hold
I'm
on to
gonna
it
leave that up.
forever if you want to, because we don't know
I'm
what
gonna
that
leave
that
it up
was.
to out of character Sarah to hold on to that for me.
No.
Oh, that's not good.
Sure.
In character,
Yeah. No.
I'm the mom.
Too late.
Out
No,
of character, Sarah is in control here.
No take backsies. Trevor, I officially have a actually.
Even I'm actually
She
yes.
does.
Yes. Oh
There you
dear.
go.
All right. All right. So Bungie, go ahead and take us away with last session's recap.
Okay. Wait. Don't you want the supplemental one first? Because that can happen first?
I mean, he was in the middle, so I don't know.
Right, because the other one is
Yeah, sure.
it usually ends with right. Okay,
You're,
so
yeah,
I'm gonna do
you're
the
correct.
supplemental. Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bungie's log supplemental. Had a near-death experience today. It was great. While Eloise was off on a secret mission, we ventured to the Blue Light Crags. I rented a top-notch duster, but Locke went for a sketchy one from an unreliable source. I guess I need to teach Locke more about technology. Ferris, though, is a fantastic decorator, and I have to admit, Locke's duster was much more festive than mine. Well, with Kel's mechanical bird, Quark, perched on her shoulder and a cup of tea in her hand, Ferris rode with Locke as we entered the deep fissures. I should have warned her about Locke's unsafe machine because he got stuck and couldn't fight the currents to get back out. It was pretty scary. I tried to save him, but couldn't. But Ferris saved the day by pulling the lever that saved us both. I think she might be the heroine in my novel. Oh my, what a trip. I don't know how Quark managed to stay on Ferris's shoulder the whole time, but I think he'll need recalibrating after this. Another thrilling chapter for my novel. We narrowly saved Ferris from being arrested again for shoplifting. She may be hero material, but that girl just doesn't seem to grasp basic economics. When we were down in the fissures, we saw that teenage thief who fell in love with Eloise. His name was Tandrew. We took him to see Rudolph, the owner of a duster shop, and managed to get him a job. I think he's going to be all right. We also bought knitting supplies so Ferris can teach us how to knit. Can't wait to add Master Knitter to my database.
Oh.
Now off to our adventure.
Fantastic.
Master Knitter is diabolical.
Master Knitter. On your CV there.
It could be worse. It could be crochet.
Hey.
All right, so I guess whatever. Who cares about order? It doesn't make a difference anyways. It's fine. It's fine. Kel Astor watches through his rifle scope on the rooftop as his 4 most recent crew members disappeared into a warehouse on the docks after getting searched by the muscle stationed at the front. He glanced up at the face of a large tower clock a few blocks away. It was time. He slung his rifle over his shoulder and took a long look out at the Shard of Zol. Today was his last day being stuck here on this prison, one way or another. He made his way across the dock district to where various wayfarers were moored and considered his options, and watched patrols and traffic flow as he listened in on the conversations happening via Soulstone connection. As he scanned the various ships, trying to determine which one would be the best to steal on short notice, he could... Sorry. Thank you. On short notice, and could be at least temporarily manned by one person. His eye caught a specific one, and he smiled to himself. The Emanator, or at least that's what the name across the side read, but he knew his ship, the Duskbound, anywhere. Blessed Woman had kept it after all, and not dismantled it, her piece by piece, like she said she would. Though she was looking at quite a bit different with her various modifications and such now. He watched as Ranger Azumi left the ship and spoke to the harbor master about something before heading out down the street. This is going to be very entertaining. All right, Bungie, go ahead and go catch us up on last session then.
Okay. Bungie's log entry number 6. I didn't want to take the chance of the ace or the jack knowing our secret plan, so I'm writing this as we work our way toward the concert. We managed to get all the supplies we needed for our upcoming heist. Eloise met with Ted and paid him to switch shifts with her so she can pretend to be Ted on the day of the concert. Ted must be a really nice guy because he gave us a huge apple pie. Eloise successfully planted the fake score under Locke's seat and managed to convince the head of security, Deleanor Arland, to meet her at the end of the concert. I'm hoping that will make it easier for me to sneak into the security office. I guess we'll see. We finally met Ace today. He seems to be going. All seems to be going according to plan. He gave us all soul collars, and we put them on. But when Ferris put hers on, she purposely got it stuck on her wing, forcing the Ace to send the unlock signal. I hope Quark recorded the signal. Otherwise, we're in big trouble. We also met the Jack. I wonder what would happen if I called him Pumpkinhead.
Wait to find out.
It would be interesting to know how biologicals respond when you call them by a different name. If I have a chance, I'll try. But for now, it's off to the concert.
Man, I'm gonna miss him.
If this is my last entry, you'll know things didn't go well, and I sincerely apologize to all my synth friends for letting you down.
Oh, sad.
He's the influencer among us.
He's the influencer. Oh no.
He's like, this is my last live, guys.
Don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but I love you all so very, very much. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, push that button.
All right, yeah, smash that like button. All right, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Luxury Stadium, home of the Fightin' Harbingers. Whoop, go Harbies! Well, this space has been completely flipped for this once-in-a-lifetime event here. The seats are packed, and broadcasts have been set up to go out to various tables across the shards. Everybody's lining up to have a listen to the score that supported the Zolian infrastructure project across the shard ever since the Calamity. Renowned ex-Riffrunner and musician Baku Katan will be playing the old Ebony and Ivories as a proper send-off for the old girl before she gets nabbed by a lucky collector or businessman at the auction at midnight tonight. You won't want to miss this. I can't imagine what would possibly be more important in your lives other than sitting and listening to the performance. All right, so let me catch everybody up on the rules of the heist, because there's a lot of them. So you have a set of challenge requirements that you have to meet, and you will walk us through the plan that you have set up to accomplish your objectives. and I will stop you as you describe different steps in order to make rolls. Should you get lower than a full success on your roll, something else will happen instead of exactly how you described it, which may be presented as such as the ace asking a question such as, oh, but what if, or, what about this? I also reserve the right to throw in any additional obstacles to overcome if they make sense, since no amount of intel gathering is ever perfect. And it's just fun, and I mean like that. So, to remind everyone of the challenges, and you can keep score at home over here, you have to smuggle the fake score in, which you have already done now. You have to replace the score with the fake, avoid raising too much suspicion by the ace, and that has 6 possible ticky marks for that one. You have to avoid the security rating raising to level 3 in order to avoid the port being locked down so you can leave. And then you must steal the score, escape the event, and disable the soul collar controllers so the ace can't kill you all. And then escape the shard. No pressure. Just do all of those things in the next 3 hours, everyone. It's fine.
Oh, and don't forget, we're still just regular people.
You're all just regular people. You have no superpowers yet. Yes.
It's not had a lot of practice doing this, or
Yes.
Look, what we have are
anything else.
regular people who happen to be I'm just going to assume Locke is actually a master criminal, a
First.
a Disney princess in waiting who actually doesn't understand that things can in fact go wrong.
But they won't. Obviously.
You're right. Another real life Pinocchio who is another Disney character, so therefore like the same magic technically applies. And my long lost sister, who is of course the most badass woman in existence. So we're fine.
You have two.
And don't forget that like 2 of these people are basically still children, barely adults.
Yeah.
What we lack in abilities, we make up in spunk.
And
Says
bounce.
the person whose age I can't even judge.
and naivete. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 Disney characters, possibly a third if we count Locke as a Flynn Rider character, and the Hulk. So I mean,
Which is also a Disney character.
Also Disney
also
character.
Disney. Well,
Oh no!
Guys,
technically Universal, but yes.
guys, Disney magic.
Well,
we're good.
rented from.
Rented. She's a rental.
She's a rental. We're just borrowing her.
Right?
She can have her own series. She has to be part of the collective ensemble, though, right?
She's not popular enough for her own series yet.
Okay,
We're
so
working on it.
also in terms of mechanics, complete failures are how you get the security rating to be raised by 1. So that is going to be very rare, but that is going to be a full 0 or 1 through 3 if you choose to not take the major twist. And if you have a major twist, you raise the ace suspicion by +1, and also something else happens on top of that. So you have 6 occurrences of that. So if you get to number 5, you'll probably want to take the complete failure if you have that option available to you still, rather than getting zapped.
Yes.
Minor twists require somebody else to intervene in order to salvage the action. Each team member can only intervene once per chain, right? They give a cumulative -1 hinder to everybody's rolls if no one is able to upgrade to a complete success. Okay? Remember that complete success is counted as a 8 or higher. Okay? You don't need that 12, which is good. And if you get a complete success on your first attempt only, without, anybody else intervening, then you get a cumulative +1 bonus to everybody's rolls. So having that first success early on, complete success, it's going to be a really big help, hopefully, if you can get that to happen, which is just dice rolls, so we'll see how it happens. But you do also still have all of your limit break dice available to you, which can be used technically on the first roll to make it a complete success. That is not counted as taking the minor twist or what have you. You will still get that +1 boost if you use those. You each have 1, and you can give it to yourself or somebody else, remember. Any questions about all of that nonsense?
I will ask later when it comes up again, because it's a lot of information to try and shimmu into my brain.
That's okay. Yeah. at least 2 of you are paying attention, probably, or at least 1. I'm hoping 1. So
It's not that I wasn't
I'm
paying
here.
attention.
I
It's just
know.
a lot to remember.
It is.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
all
fair.
paying attention. It's just easy to forget stuff.
Yeah.
I'm also nervous.
I know.
As
Me
long
too.
as we all pay attention to like one of those things, one of us will remember.
Yeah,
I
and
hope we all
Fair.
chose a different thing.
Mm.
And I would
Yes.
recommend you
No, we
write on the sheet what your bonuses are, what your negatives are, and
Yeah.
how many suspicion and how many security levels you're at.
Yeah, but then
On
how
the
will we
Roll20
gaslight
sheet?
you?
On roll 20. Yeah. What was that?
Yeah, I'll take care of writing on the Roll20
Perfect.
sheet.
Perfect. All right, everybody. So this is going to go a lot more different than usual because your guys are going to be the primary narrators here. So what's the plan?
Okay. So, first part is just us, I believe, rolling up to the event, correct?
Yeah, so you
That I'm
all
already at.
Yep, you already
Yep.
you've arrived at the event.
Okay.
I should probably set the stage first. You're correct. You arrive at the event in your carriage that has been given the house designation for House Lorington,
Oh.
and you get into the VIP parking slots and hope that she doesn't show up later on and get mad about that. But tough luck. There are several per house too, so not a big deal. And you guys make your way to the
Can-
front. Yes.
Can we have it so that only Locke is arriving in the carriage?
Sure.
And Bungie and Ferris are just kind of walking in with the rest of the crowd so that they're not all seen together?
Perfect. Where is Eloise at? Is she already at the event working it?
Yes.
So she's already been planted ahead of time. Perfect. Okay. Excellent. So, continue on.
Okay. So, I think the first thing, Locke, however you want to go in, is there a special entrance for the VIPs like Locke would be?
There is a different line. Yes.
Different line?
It's still the front, but it has a different line. Yes.
Okay. So I think
So, am I
Ferris
driving
and-
myself
You
in this
are.
cart?
You have a. Are you? You want a
Or I have
driver?
a driver?
Up to you.
I mean, I want to be fancy if I can.
You want a
but-
driver? That's fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, you can totally, hire someone to drive for you. No big deal.
I really want to drive. Hire Tandrew.
Hire
but
Tandrew.
I'll hire an actual driver.
Well, you did
Okay.
ask Tandrew, but unfortunately, he's working the event, so he cannot drive you too.
Mm.
So,
That makes sense. Okay. Saddened by this news, but
yes.
makes sense.
But yes, you roll up in your fancy gold-rimmed, spinning-wheeled carriage.
bright pink.
Mm.
Bright pink.
I want
That's
to say
right.
that
pink.
Tandrew is got a booth there for selling the dusters or whatever it was. He's working for this duster shop now, right?
I actually did have that listed on here. You're correct. We don't even need to change
Duster
that. He is.
manufacturer.
Yes, he is.
Oh, really?
He is. Yes.
Okay.
Just very
Okay.
funny.
What are dusters?
Oh, that was those skateboardy things that we took when you were on your secret mission.
A
Well, you
duster-
said the word duster, but I don't think you told me what they were.
Yes,
So I was
no,
just like,
Yeah, I'm
I don't-
sorry. Yeah.
A duster
Yeah.
is a dust-powered vehicle. That's all it means. It can
Okay.
be car-shaped, bike-shaped, skateboard-shaped. It doesn't matter. They're all dusters.
Yeah,
Okay.
these ones were vaguely like motorcycle with
Yeah.
sidecar
Yeah.
kind of shaped, I believe.
But yes. So, anyways, Locke, you have rolled up in your carriage. You get out, looking all spiffy and smart in your new attire that you got just for the event.
Okay, nice. I first look around for. Is there the equivalent of paparazzi, which are just painters painting people's faces, looking for celebs?
Yes, yes, there definitely are people that are trying to find the rich and famous, and there also is like a line of like autographs and all that stuff too. And also, this is Soulcast, so it is being streamed across the Shard to Soul Tables as well, which is basically like television essentially, for lack of a better word. So yes, so there is like cameras, if you want to call it that, I guess, which are going to be things that are capturing your image as well.
Part of me wants to pretend to be a bigger celebrity than I am, and try to like cover my like head as I go in, like have the driver do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But that may actually raise suspicion.
Interesting.
So I don't know.
The best way to
But-
into a crowd is to not act like you're trying to blend into a crowd.
Yeah, that was my thought. honestly. So, I mean, it depends if other celebs are going in kind of like that, or they like
I
I'll
would
just kind of
say-
watch for a second other big, like noble celebs, the fancy people,
Yeah, I would say that it
see how
doesn't.
they're acting.
It doesn't appear so. That probably anybody who is that level of notoriety has already arrived earlier beforehand, probably through some different entrance. There's a VIP entrance, but then there's like the VIP entrance. Basically, that's like going to be like for instance, the musician, basically, right? Like there's a very handful of people that are going to be going through that way that have already arrived earlier. But you don't know anybody else doing that, but you can if you want to still.
No, I guess I'll just like saunter, swagger in.
Okay. Very good. You make your way onto the VIP line, and it's not a terribly long line. They make sure to make it go pretty fast as possible, and the guards do stop you, and they do want to check your credentials, and you hand that over. And fortunately, there does not appear to be any issue with your paperwork, and they go ahead and usher you through without causing any questions. However, as you're walking right past that security line, an alarm goes off. And one of the Karami that has been circling the area that is doing like the security scanning does come over and hovers above you, and like a big red light flashes. What do you do?
Oh, so it's going
What
poorly.
what are those things actually trying to detect? I can't remember what you told us.
Yeah.
Various forms of security breaches, basically, whether it's going to be whether you're bringing in like contraband, weapons, or if your credentials are wrong. All of the various forms of like security issues are kind of wrapped into one. They all kind of all of those things, right?
And to remember,
Okay,
he
would
has
I-
official credentials, right? I mean,
Yeah,
he has
I
official
do.
credentials.
Yep.
okay.
And most of the gadgets I have are hidden. I don't really have any weapons. I think I'll just like kind of flash a smile at them, and I'll just like stop. Just
Okay.
be like, "Oh, I understand. You're all doing your jobs."
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so one of the guards come over, and he says, sorry, I have to do this. If you can just, put your hands up real quick. I'm just going to pat you down real quick. I just got to do a quick once-over check. You were flagged. Sorry, it happens occasionally. That's just, how it goes. Never be too careful
Yeah,
around here.
not a problem. I'll let him.
Perfect. And he looks at your credentials, and he says, hold on 1 minute. I have to take these. I'll be right back. And he walks away.
Is Eloise by the front door?
Eloise?
Have you been waiting by the VIP line, waiting for Locke to show up so like you can escort him to the VIP section?
Probably. Near, like, in between. Well,
Pop,
I don't know. I have to also work the job, right?
Yeah, you
so,
do,
like, I know
yes.
exactly what that entails. I haven't
You-
been given
you-
a shift description.
There.
This is another case of like, hey, I'm acting like I'm supposed to be in this place. But if Eloise is there, and we're now kind of assuming she is, would she be able to intercept this guard to find out what the problem is?
Define intercept.
Walk up to him and go, hey man, can I give you a hand with
Okay.
that?
I mean, up to her.
Yeah.
He's,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
heading out
it's-
to. You're aware of the situation here. He's walking right now away from the line back towards the chief of security.
Oh, yeah. I'll intercept and be like, hey, man, I'll handle that. You know how she's been today. She's super uptight. If this is something small, I'd rather take care of it first.
Oh, she's always uptight. It's fine. I got this. Part of the job. You understand.
Yeah, okay, let me actually be honest here. I know this guy from like a past like wink wink nudge nudge thing.
Oh, you would. Okay,
Listen, I'm not
you would leave it around.
I can't
Ted?
have all this for just one gender.
That's true. The stash has to share. That's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
Go
How
ahead.
do you
And
think I have so many kids, my man? I learned a few things.
you do that. Okay, give me a roll there.
Okay, I forgot how things work. Hold on.
It's an overcome, so it's going to be a power, quality, and a zone. You're going to be considered in. I'm going to put you in green zone right now. I will alert you if you're no longer in green zone.
Okay.
There is no active emergency happening right now, so.
This is just Trevor seeing if we immediately panic and try to punch the guards.
No.
Which, as funny as that would be,
I know.
I've spent all day teaching a friend of mine to play Baldur's Gate 3 and trying to convince him not to just panic and punch the guards. Please nobody panic and punch the guards.
It's really hard.
I don't have an F8 button here, guys.
Okay. Okay, that's a good first roll. Okay, let me look at this one. That's a really bad second roll.
What powers and qualities are you using? Or power and quality?
I got a 2, 6, and a 9.
So 6.
6.
That is success with minor twists. Do you wish to burn a die or get a assist with that to try and make it a complete success, which requires an 8 or higher?
I know that'll give us... No, that won't give us a +1.
If we roll,
Yeah.
we have the potential to get a +1.
If you use your limit break dice, you can get a +1 right now.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
do not, and they have to roll for you to try and bump up to an 8 or higher, you do not.
I
Okay.
am a fan of trying to get those +1s early.
Right?
Yeah, it's a 6, so there's a good chance she could
We've
actually
got,
make
we've
it.
got a
Two?
good chance.
Sure.
how
Okay.
long do they stay for, the +1s?
Indefinitely.
Yeah. Oh, I got a 4.
Well, for the heist.
Oh,
Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
Get a 4.
All right.
Excellent.
So she got a 10.
All right, so you're down one die, and you got a 10. Fantastic. So complete success. And he just kind of like shrugs, like, all right, whatever. And walks away. He's like, I got stuff to do. The line's getting bigger. I gotta go. So he just like pulls Locke to the side, basically, and then kind of works on the rest of the people while you handle credentials. So what are you doing with the credentials?
That's a good question. What am I doing with the credential?
You were supposed to deliver it to the chief security officer for review because they were flagged by the Karami.
Oh. Well then, how about I just go give her a wink and a butt pinch?
You know what? You have a complete success, so I'll take that.
Just check it in.
Sorry, I just want to check. Is that big enough? Can everyone read that?
Oh.
Where I've got, do I need
Were
to make
you
it bigger?
texting?
No.
Fine,
I'm
roll
writing +1 on the Roll20 sheet. I just want to make sure I've got the text big enough. that
Where is it? Can
it's
you
under
mark it?
it's under environment notes.
Oh, I just have mine zoomed out.
Oh, no way can I see that.
It would
Okay,
help if
I'll
I
make it
zoomed
bigger.
in.
Don't worry. This is why I wanted to check real quick. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what
good,
you were
good.
doing there.
If you can make
Okay.
it almost as big as
Oh.
environment notes, that would be
Yes,
good.
yes, I can.
Yeah.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah, it's
Excellent.
better.
Yeah, there you go.
We also, well, I guess we don't need to. I guess we'll remember that Thea used her die.
Yeah, there's only 4 of them, so.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Okay.
There we go.
Wonderful.
That's-
So, she does still have to resolve the issue in some way. So, what do you want to do in order to have the issue resolved? Knowing that you will succeed already at this point, but what are you doing in order to make sure that the issue is resolved, basically?
What is the issue that needs to be resolved?
Yeah, like we
Explain that.
still don't know really why he was flagged.
Yeah, so,
Or what the protocol
Yeah.
is for making him unflagged.
okay. So, I guess I can just tell you because you already succeeded. So you go over to the chief security officer and you do a little flirting, and you also determine that you basically are, while you're doing that, you're also checking on the information yourself, basically to see like what the issue is, but looking at their system, and it appears that it was a false flag. It was not correct. So it's not flagged because the credentials are wrong. It's just a misflag. So you can clear the issue without any problems, and there'll be no questions asked. So.
Oh, then yeah, I'll definitely be like, hey, we got another false flag, and can you pop this before they lose their temper.
Yeah,
at me,
for sure,
please.
absolutely. Yeah, another one. That's the third one already today. Oh my goodness, it's acting up
Oh,
again.
that's not great.
It's not great. No, there haven't been that many VIPs either. Like it's.
I mean, yeah, this is.
They installed the new
This guy
system.
seems so chill.
They installed the new system yesterday, and it's supposed to be better and faster. The new update, you know how that goes. So, yeah,
This is.
don't need to update it every week, guys. My goodness gracious, it's okay.
Well, that might be to our advantage.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
actually a good intel.
And you return the credentials to Locke, no problem.
Oh,
I'll
sweet.
let him know that it was a false flag.
Yes.
Probably a question. The earrings that we have, do we need to speak out loud in order to share information on those?
Yes.
Okay, just so I know.
Yes. They're not telekinetic.
So when we
Oh,
hear Eloise go, "Sorry about that, sir. That was a false flag on it," we now all know.
You all
We
hear
all
it. Yep.
know.
Yep. They're basically just they're hot mics, basically.
Perfect. Thank you.
So don't go to the bathroom while wearing it.
Eloise
that's
is
why-
just like, I apologize for that behavior that you just saw or heard.
That's
right.
why Ferris knitted me a scarf so that I could cover up my voice in case I had to whisper.
Mhm.
And somebody didn't want somebody to hear me.
All right. So by this point, I think Bungie and Ferris are in the regular line,
Yes.
probably with a couple people separating them. Still, again, we're trying to like not look like a big group kind of thing.
Mhm.
But as we walk in, if we can like spot Eloise leading Locke away,
Mhm.
so that we know that at least those two are together.
Yeah, they made it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes, you're both in line together, a couple people apart. Perfect. Fantastic.
Okay.
So you guys are approaching security line. Are you doing anything else along the way?
I think Ferris mostly is just working the crowd a little bit. Just like, I cannot believe this is such an honor. I never thought I came all. I came all the way from Sugar Pine 9 for this.
Oh wow, that's crazy! I didn't know we actually had people off world here today. I mean, I can't not surprised. I mean, it's a big deal for us. It's a big.
And
I haven't.
She is. And I just wanted to like spread as far. She wants to make so many new. So she's at like the middle of this bubble almost. Like,
Okay.
I not just like. They're not just her new friends. She's like, oh, now you two are new friends, and you two are new friends, and you two, and building like a small community around herself of new friends.
Yeah, you've reunited at least 3 couples at this point from their childhood. Healthy hearts.
Man, you're lucky that Eloise isn't someone with like who's petty or anything, because she could just look over, see that, and be like, "Hey, guards, can you go take care of that?"
She thinks she's hot shit.
You know what the people from that world are like. Go get her before we end up with an orgy over there.
Luckily, she has moved on from her. Over honestly, probably just the last couple of hours. Ferris is much less romance-minded right now. It is actually a lot more She's turning into a lot more family-oriented at this point.
Well, because normally she would be having a family now.
Right. So
It's just
so
following the
she's
progression.
very party prep is still a big part of her personality at this point, though. But it's all about like welcoming in new things and new beginnings, and she's just very she's also in like a completely new knitted outfit that does look weirdly Regency, if that was a thing on this planet. But so as she's moving into the venue, what I'm really trying to kind of build is the idea of everybody knows who she is, but nobody could probably say where she was at any given time.
Okay.
Everyone would
Okay.
be like, oh, she was over there talking to them. Oh, no, she was over there talking to them. So, like, she's there, and everyone would swear she was there with them.
Okay.
But if they had to, like, nail down where she was at any given moment, they probably couldn't say.
Okay. Building an alibi. Perfect.
Yep.
Makes sense. Gotcha. Bungie,
And
what are
then-
you doing? before we get back to her.
So, so I'm just looking around and enjoying the view of everything and taking some notes as I go, and looking around to see if I see any other synths. There
Okay.
probably aren't too many of them, but
Yeah,
just trying to see. Yeah.
you do not see any other synths here. There's a bunch of Kurami all the place, but no synths. All biologicals. Which is unfortunate for you. But so, which one of you's in front? That matters.
Ferris is in front, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or did,
Yeah. I think Ferris
Right.
is trying to make like she's trying to be like the bulwark in front, so Bungie can just kind of quietly follow up along behind in the wake of what she's kind
Right,
of.
and I'm keeping my
moving
eye
forward.
on Ferris.
We're also moving away from the V. So this would be where Locke and them are heading. We're heading in the opposite direction. We're going around past like event memorabilia, historical center,
Right.
towards the restaurant, and more that area. So we're actively moving away from VIP.
You're splitting
Oh
up basically
man,
around
there's
the
a
circle.
restaurant.
Exactly. There is a restaurant, a whole bunch of them actually. So as Bungie gets to the ticket counter, or whatever you want to call it, take the tickets, the person at the front there does, even though waving everybody through pretty quickly for the most part, but he does stop you and says, hold up. You missing somebody here? You're just by yourself. I think we might need to call somebody for this.
I'm trying to remember. We have tickets.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's
why
just-
would he be complaining
It's
about
just
being by
general admission
myself?
tickets. But yes.
Okay.
Because
probably-
racism.
Yeah, because they're
Why
not
didn't-
used to seeing synths by themselves. They're used to you like accompanying somebody.
Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Racism.
It's the same way. Literally everyone we've met has been surprised that you're not just like one of
okay. I didn't catch that.
the
Okay.
belongings.
So I look up at Ferris and say, "I'm with her."
Oh, you were. She's kind of further ahead of you.
Ferris immediately is like,
Yeah, she trusts me.
such a flutterbug. I don't know what I would do. I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed on just right. Would you need me for something?
Yeah, you seem to have lost something. Is this with you?
Bungie? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta keep better track of your stuff, man.
We'll definitely take that
I
under
had to call
advisement.
down
Hey,
otherwise.
what was your name again? I need to make sure somebody knows what a good job you're doing.
So they take their name tag and they flip it around. They're like,
Yeah.
Fred?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have been just such a delight today. Thank you. Fred's getting a negative comment review. And,
So Bungie just says to Ferris, "Where should we go next, Master?"
oh, that felt
That
weird.
sounds so wrong.
That felt bad. Okay. I'm so hungry. Let's go see about some refreshments.
Okay, let's go.
And Ferris is going to reform her group, and just anytime she walks back, she's going to be building this group slowly but surely, kind of around her as they go. Now making sure there's a few people around Bungie as well, not shielding it, but kind of blocking people's view of him so that he doesn't get stopped and hassled constantly about, are you lost, little boy?
Yeah. It's the unattended luggage situation in the airport, basically. You just leave him by himself. They'd be like, hey, that seems like a problem and a security issue. Like, that seems to be like the vibe you get. Is like, if you leave like one by themselves, it seems like they're gonna do some shit.
Yeah.
I see.
And
Yeah.
Ferris and if anybody else asks, Ferris is just going to give them the coldest smile she's capable of while thanking them so much for their help.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, so what now?
So,
Oh.
as we work around, because Ferris and Bungie's goal is to get him to the security office, somewhere near the security office, so that now I'm assuming Locke and Eloise will have a much shorter trip into VIP,
Yes.
But
Yeah,
as
I
they work,
figured I just walked him over.
and they're kind of waiting on this. So, like, we're not dawdling. We're still moving with purpose because Ferris has said, she refreshments. So I want to bring as many of these people into the restaurants as possible.
And we want to wait until it's almost time for the thing to happen, so that way when the security officer leaves, that's a good timing for you to cause a distraction.
Do you mean when
Because-
I have my booty call?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
no
I was
sense in
just
having her come and go back in again.
right now, guys.
I was assuming we were kind of timing it for around then
Okay.
anyway. Kind of
How
thing.
long does the concert go for? I mean, is it like a 1 minute thing, or is it like an hour, or what is it?
I would say
Well-
that it's a good amount of time because there's like it's a whole production. So there's not just like the main event. There's like a bunch of other things that happened before as well. So it's
Yeah.
the whole event lasts probably several hours. I would say, like
Yeah.
maybe 2.5, 3 hours.
So if I remember correctly, they're meeting at the end of it, right? Which I think.
Yes.
I thought we said 8 o'clock for some reason, sticks in my head, but I
Sure.
don't know. if that-
Yeah. Is that when the score is being played?
We'll just say
or just
so.
when it's
something?
finished.
Sure.
We don't need to get
Okay.
into semantics about time.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
fine.
but we're trying to. We need to do this about the time that the security officer's leaving, and then
Yes.
she can distract to get the other guys out. Other guy or guy. How many other people are in there? 1 or 2? I can't remember what you said.
There's always one other person in there. I believe what I said.
Okay, one other
Yeah.
person. Okay.
Yes.
So, once again, I was just kind of assuming we were lining the time up to what we had planned for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Ferris wants to bring all these people in. She wants to get these restaurants super, super busy
Interesting.
so that once again, there's less. It becomes once again that, oh, of course, we're here with Ferris. But nobody could point out exactly what table she's supposed to be sitting at, which
Well,
means
they just go, oh, she's around here somewhere.
She's
She's
around
talking to
here, you know?
everyone.
And as Ferris, she's going to make a not an insulting production, but she wants to kind of look around at the food that's being served and go, you know what? You're going to have to give me 1 second, please. Bungie, if you wouldn't mind. And she's going to swan right into the kitchens
Oh. Okay. Sure.
and be like, hello, everyone. If I could just have oh, there, that's exactly what I need. And she's going to head over to one of the stations
Mhm.
and she's going to start giving cooking lessons.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
She's gonna be like, if I could just have everybody over here right quick. There's just a couple things I think I need to show you. It's so delicious. I love everything that you're doing. There's just 1 or 2 things I think that you would really enjoy if I could just, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Bring all that stuff over here. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you. This is exactly how my mama used to make it. You're gonna love it. And
my
yeah, she is going to make a concerted effort to take over these kitchens.
So, a man with the tallest hat you've ever seen in the kitchen and the largest mustache you've also ever seen that goes at least 2 feet in each direction is stewing upon your entry and like doing this. And he is turning beet red with rage. And he's if his ears could smoke, they would at this moment.
And is gonna like, oh, I dear. What's your name, sweetheart?
What are you doing in my kitchen?
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be
No, what
here,
is
you know,
your
this-
name and why are you in my kitchen?
Oh,
No,
Ferris,
that
it's
doesn't
so-
go there. That doesn't go there. You do not
Oh,
put
no,
that
no,
next
no,
to that.
trust me, trust me.
It has
Oh,
not
no,
been
no,
cleaned
no, you're
correctly.
gonna
What
love this, you're gonna
are
love
you
this.
doing?
I'm
I have
fixing it.
10,000 people to serve. What are you doing in my kitchen?
I'm fixing it.
No, you're not. No, you're.
Yes. What's your name, sweetheart?
You haven't told me your name. What?
Yes.
Deep breath. Squad. Okay.
And as he's having this, I want to use. Oh my God, how am I forgetting the names of my own abilities? right now?
Bungie. Oh, okay. Your
No,
ability.
expert matchmaker
Oh. Okay.
on this individual.
I wonder what he wants. Okay.
Well, in this particular case,
It could be some
it's-
pent up something.
in this case, I want to aim it a little bit because I know what he
Okay.
really wants is probably Ferris out of his kitchen,
Yeah. Right now, in this instance, yes.
like right now, this
Yes.
instant.
Yeah.
but Ferris wants to dig a little bit deeper and see if she can figure out what recipe has always eluded this gentleman.
Well, it's doing Ratatouille. I was kidding. Okay. I
Other
mean,
than Ratatouille. Other
all
than
right.
One
Ratatouille.
blue.
There's no one in the universe that how do Ratatouille. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Give me a roll.
Okay. So, let me just think what I can pull off.
She wants to say that out loud.
How much
Well,
bullshit can I get away with?
no.
Oh,
No, because I see the two that I kind of see this as always being tied to is precognition and transmutation. But
Transmutation?
this changing things, malleable,
Oh, okay. It's more of a
working
metaphysical thing, but yes.
more
yes,
a metaphysical thing.
Got it,
Like
okay.
the concept of transmutation.
Like the
not
caterpillar
actual-
becoming a butterfly.
Right.
Metaphor.
Right?
Oh.
Because all of these things are kind of metaphysical right now. None of them are like really tapped down. She's not actually precogging, she's just intuiting.
Okay.
But in this case, I feel like because she's not actually trying to intuit, even Ferris isn't clueless enough to realize what this man probably really wants right now is her out of there. But she has a job to do right now, so she's trying to change what it is that he wants just a touch so that she can get past that initial anger into something a little deeper,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
No, that made 0 sense.
Go. Oh,
She's gonna start singing the Dig a Little Deeper song from Bridget and the Frog. That's what she's doing,
Right.
basically. So.
Right? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay. So, I got like a 1, a 10,
Okay.
and a 7.
Okay. Good.
And she's got +1.
And we've got +1.
We have a +1 cumulative. Yes, so you are at a
Whoa.
instant success. Now we're at +2, which is good.
Okay.
Fantastic. So you have a complete success.
I saw that 10. I saw that 10, and I'm like, God damn it, no.
I wasted it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's
Yeah.
not the one I needed.
So, I'm trying to think how to explain how you know this.
What ingredients are around? What was he working on?
Well, he was working
When I
on,
walked in.
on a bunch of things at once. However, if you're looking for the thing that's always eluded him, he wouldn't be actively working on it. It would be something that is off to the side and kind of like tucked away and
Are there
more
any- are
private.
there any
But it's fine.
Are there any like magazine pictures taped
Yes.
up?
So you notice over in his like personal work area, basically, it's
Mhm.
not like the main kitchen floor. There is some, I don't say recipes, but they're not full recipes. They're basically like clues and ingredient listings towards making something in particular,
Yeah.
and you can identify that based on your apparently amazing vision from that far away. He's been trying. You can tell that he's been trying repeatedly and struggling to try and make abyssal bloom tarts, and has not been able to make it the way that he wants it to come out, basically. And it's always missing that one thing. And he has like all the ingredients but one, and he's been kind of like go down the list and figure out what that is. So
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what Ferris is going to... Now, to be fair, she does want him slightly worked up
okay,
because, she does want people to know she's here because she's supposed to be the one, like, drawing the attention, but she doesn't want kicked out. So,
okay,
what she's going to do, she's going to see the abyssal bloom tart photo and be like, oh my God, what the only thing that I have ever wanted is an abyssal bloom tart. Could I taste yours?
say what?
Abyssal bloom tart. Could I taste yours, please?
Are you one of those weirdos from the planet that cooks all the time?
I'm from Sugar Pine 9, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that the planet sounds like you're a pastry. Yeah,
Yeah. Could you
Uh,
make them for... I need to watch. Please.
I mean, all right,
She's good.
All right, I got
Mhm.
2.5 minutes. Then I'm on the floor. All right, sure. You know what?
Absolutely. Everyone, come here. This is going to be the most amazing thing you've ever seen. And I
Okay.
want this kitchen to grind to a fucking halt as this guy makes abyssal bloom tarts that after I taste, I'm then going to try to fix.
Okay, that'll be a different
Yeah.
thing, but that's fine. Okay, yeah. So you go through his recipe, and it clearly is missing something very important, and we're gonna see if you know what that is. First of all,
I'm going to vamp for a while first, because this is what I'm going to try to draw out.
okay, for sure.
So
That's fine.
this is the time I'm going to be trying to give Bungie to get kind of in position,
Okay.
so that hopefully when people finally start noticing that the kitchen is shut down and they come to investigate, that can be his window.
Okay,
Ow.
so got it. So we'll go to that later then, basically we're saying. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Got it. We'll do. Okay, so then we're going to go over to, I think we're going to hop over to Eloise and Locke real quick, because they have to enter the VIP area. So what are you two doing?
I mean, I work it. Am I just not walking in and
you-
personally escorting Locke because the system made another error?
Okay, that makes sense. It's a good cover for sure. Fantastic. So you do get up to the VIP area is, fenced off. It has security fencing, and it also does have, pretty decent, like personnel security as well. And they are going to be checking his badges again. And since you're there to facilitate when he gets flagged again, I will say that it doesn't cause another issue because you're able to mitigate that automatically. So I'll give you a free pass on that roll.
Well, if it's already happened before as
Yeah.
well.
Does she need to like stamp his
Yeah,
paperwork or
I
something to
guess
show
the
that?
system doesn't let them to like clear it.
Yeah,
from the
that's what I
system?
would have thought.
It doesn't, which is one of the problems.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I love that Trevor designed a bad system. It doesn't allow for. I'm sure it was intentional, but just the idea that you would have a
Yeah.
system that you can't put in corrections, that you can't like have an override.
Sometimes
Just
it's
wait
better.
for the next update.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they keep. It's subscription based. How they get you.
Oh my god!
Look, I'm not bitter against Adobe. It's fine.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking not of that,
No,
but it's something else.
Come on, burn them down.
They're down the street
I
from
don't
me.
even I don't even use that software. That was infuriating.
I drive by Adobe almost every day. So
This YouTube video is brought to you by Adobe.
whatever anti-Adobe is. Yes. Okay. So my brain forgot what we're doing, but that's fine. Okay.
I got false flagged again.
You did get followed. Thank you. So
Yeah.
and the dogs are gonna check you as well over here, and I'm trying to think of all the items you have with you. I don't think that any of them would get flagged. That was done on purpose. So I think you're good on that front. However,
I don't like the sound of that.
as you two are standing there, you hear someone call after you, Locke, because Eloise is currently handling like the security thing with the security guard, basically, to try and like sort out the stuff. So she's moved a little bit further away from you, so you're a little bit aside. You hear someone call out to you, Locke, that says, "Hey, it's me, hi!" And Tandra comes over to you, Locke. Hey, remember me?
I'm somewhat in disguise, but I guess I'm the only like water person.
Yeah. And you kind of were a big
so-
deal, like to him personally. So like recently.
Yeah.
So yeah. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were like a big deal. Oh shit. You could have died down there in the fissures. Oh, that would have been bad. Oh, hey, how you doing?" He's like shaking your hand like basically like, hey.
Do I need to stop
I'm
you?
doing well. It's good to see you, Tandrew.
Oh, he remembers
I
my
don't
name.
think you got my full name last time, but I'm Gilphus Dragon. And I hold out a hand.
Oh, I thought your name was something else.
No, that's just my nickname, but this is my true self.
Oh, okay,
But
code
you know
name.
how it is when you're rich and famous. You have to
Yeah.
hide your identity.
Yeah, I know all about that. Sure, yeah. So I was wondering if I don't suppose you could like, put in a good word with,
Oh, I forgot about that.
it's like
Oh, right.
Is he nudging towards
towards Eloise.
Ted/Eloise?
But Eloise will look a lot different now, right?
Yeah,
She's-
don't
Yeah,
you
Eloise
right?
looks like Ted.
Or has he just
Oh.
like locked onto her
Yeah.
pheromones?
Yeah. No,
Almost,
he
yeah.
knows. he knows.
Oh,
You
he
know,
knows.
He knows.
The pheromones is a good
I mean,
idea.
Isn't
I'll
he
give him a
Ace's
wink.
nephew? So like maybe he knows like he saw her and thing.
Oh,
I'll give him a wink and I'll add and be like, everyone really enjoys when you pretend like you don't know them. It really works.
Okay.
You want someone to fall for you? Just pretend like you don't know them at all. Like you don't recognize them. You don't call them by their name. You just walk by them like you've never even
Maybe
Client's
tell him to
super
call
hard to
them by
get.
a nickname.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's
so
what it's called.
super hard.
So
to
you
get.
know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't. But I really
So
want
you've
her to-
read the player's handbook.
What?
I can't really read, but yeah, sure. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem. I really want her to notice me and stuff, and or look at me would be great, And also, what's with the mustache? I mean, I'm kind of into it, strangely, but still.
I needed a change after the near-death experience. I grew a mustache.
No,
It
not
was
you.
necessary for me.
Not you. It looks great. There.
Oh. You're not supposed to say that about a woman, okay? That's rude. You can't say those things, Tandrew. Come on, man.
Eloise hears the whole thing because of the hot mics, and
Yeah,
she's
that's right.
Oh, I forgot about the hot mic. Shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
So everybody knows this.
As you all hear cooking instructions from
Right.
Ferris the whole time.
Yeah.
In
everyone's learned to
between.
drown out Ferris.
Oh yeah. In between that, I think Farrah's could be like, "Is that my child? Tell him to get back to work."
My child.
Uh,
No.
You can
yeah.
use that. You could be like, "Hey, your mom said get back to work."
Because Ferris was the one who dragged him into the store and basically forced that guy to hire him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was just seeing.
Yeah.
I was about to tell him to go back to work, but
Yeah.
I was trying to make it very clear that he wouldn't talk to Eloise
Yeah.
or bring
I mean,
up
it
the
wouldn't matter if
mustache.
he did. He did, but
Well, if he starts calling you really loudly,
Yeah.
it maybe would be an issue
So
a little bit.
I
but
am gonna have
maybe
you.
not.
oh,
Does he even know her name?
I don't think he
That's
learned
a
her
good
name.
point.
No.
Yeah.
However,
No?
he had a
I
name
don't
for
think so.
her.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he
I
did.
yes.
Angel or
At that
something?
point, he's drunk and needs to be kicked out.
So I am gonna need to have you roll lock to make sure that he doesn't cause even more of a scene and become more of a problem for you right now.
I mean, I could just walk over and be like, "Hey, I'm working."
Okay, what am I rolling? I guess. Oh, I
Overcome.
get to pick in this game, right?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, it is weird. Well, I'm gonna go with one charming son of a bitch.
Yep.
And charm.
Yep.
And I guess I'm in the green zone.
Yep.
Oh, that was abrupt.
Huh?
What? Me?
What was abrupt?
The music.
Oh, did it shift? Weird.
Oh, it just stopped for like 2 seconds while everyone else was still talking.
Weird.
Didn't notice.
Come on,
Yeah,
dice.
The
Hiccup.
deafening void filled my soul for a brief moment.
Well, I got an
You see, I'm
8,
31
1, and a
now.
3. So I got a
Three, then.
5, I guess.
What? Oh,
Right.
it's +2. Yeah. Yes.
Plus two.
Yes,
You're
we get a
5.
5.
Yes, you're at a 5. So you need to upgrade it to an
Ooh.
8 for a full.
Or
Or you can
just have a
Oh.
or just have assist from one of us.
Yes.
Well, he needs to use his, and we get another +1 if he makes it.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, but he would have to roll a 3. So we may
Yeah.
want to.
Which may be not likely.
We may
Yeah,
want to.
maybe we
We already
save
have a
it.
we already have a +2. If one of us just comes in to assist and still gets us, our
Yeah.
we haven't lost anything.
Do we lose a point for that?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
If you
the plus.
if you
Oh,
make
yeah.
it to a success anyway at the end, then you don't lose
Yeah.
a point.
We just don't move to a +3 this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right. So somebody else gonna step in. Who's stepping in? Eloise is
I
closest,
think it's
so we'll
pretty
go by
obvious who's
proximity.
stepping in.
Yeah.
Elise is about to walk over and be like, "Hey,
Mhm.
She's gonna get in real close and whisper in his ear.
Okay.
I got a job that I'm working right now, and I'm gonna need you to pretend I don't exist. Nod your head if you understand.
All right, roll.
God damn it. What if I tickle him with the mustache?
I mean, please do.
You know, I should get points if I can make Trevor laugh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Right?
I feel like my
There you go.
logic should have worked.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, how hard is it to be like, hey, I'm busy. Come back later. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's go on a date tomorrow.
You gotta roll, though. You gotta roll. That's the way the game works. There's dice involved.
Okay, let me look at my thingy.
Because if he had succeeded, I gave it to him before for freebies, then you wouldn't have come over here to talk to him, so it wouldn't have been fun. See? The more you fail, the more fun it is, right? Does it work?
No, that made no sense.
I mean, it's kind of true.
Every time.
That's overcome power
Okay.
quality zone.
Uh-huh.
Are you stalling because
This
it's
is a
bad?
great-
No.
Just checking.
No, I'm still just I'm just slow. So I have double I do that thing where I'm like, okay, look at the number. Okay, double check that's the number.
Selecting a
Okay, look at
bagel.
the number.
Yes.
God damn it.
Filibuster.
But what kind? I guess I'm trying to figure out what kind of
Ah!
powers and qualities you can use for this.
Okay, well now I'm gonna
Yeah, what are
What's
you
it
using,
called?
by the way?
well, I just had it up and I just put it back down. I was using size changing to appear more intimidating.
Okay, you're trying to intimidate
Masked
him.
intentions, and then I'm green status.
Okay. That's fine.
But I got a 1, a 2, and a 10.
So 2, which
Yep.
is worse. Okay, so next
I
pass.
I think we were under the impression that helping was just like giving a boost, not us having to do an overcome as well.
No.
Yeah.
You pass to a full overcome to somebody else.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
not
They get a
realize-
chance. They get a chance to now do their own
Mm.
fresh attempt, basically.
None of us understood that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 2 more chances
Yeah, we-
potentially, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so Ferris is going to step in here then. And so we're going to say the cook is in like the middle of a very complicated step and she has everybody over there watching. The kitchen has shut down and she's just going to move back ever so slightly. And she's going to tell Locke, like, Locke, would you please tell that child that if he does not get his butt back to where it is supposed to be and stop bothering everybody, that I am going to come out there and give him a whooping he will not soon forget.
Yeah, I tell that.
You will have to go yourself.
Though I say ass kicking.
If I have to kick his ass, I'm just asking Locke to pass the message on, right?
Yeah. I'm saying, in order for you to try and affect the situation, I'm saying you have to go yourself. I'm saying.
Ferris has to roll. You're saying.
Yes, Ferris has to roll. You can't pass off to Locke to roll again, basically, because that would be a
No,
lock.
oh, I know.
I know. I think that would be a
I
lock
would,
roll, though.
I would still roll, but do I actually physically have to leave the kitchen and go?
We have to interact with him in some way, I would say,
And,
directly.
and
He's
me,
giving
and
him
me just,
advice.
and me just
Right.
telling Locke to tell him that isn't enough?
Doesn't count.
Wait, what's she? She has
I
to
d-
actually go over there.
She has to either
Well, just
talk
send,
to him,
send Bungie over to
talk
get
to him
him
in
and
some
pull
way,
him back into the
directly.
kitchen.
Talk to who?
talk to Tanger in some way, or another way. And the problem, Sarah, with that is that he's now doing the one convincing, basically conveying your message. I understand, but it's still he's the one performing the action. It makes sense, right? I know.
Then I'm not going to do it because I can't leave the kitchen.
Right. So Bungie's got to go.
Bungie's,
Okay.
Bungie's free.
Right.
But
so
we
Bungie's
can't.
gonna go
Neither
over-
of us can get. Neither of us can get into the VIP.
They're
We're
not
not in the
in there
VIP
yet.
yet.
They're outside still. Because Tander
Oh,
can't.
I
even,
thought they were.
Okay,
I thought
yeah,
they were
okay.
already in VIP.
No,
No.
Tandrew
they're at the
bothered
gate.
us before we got in.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Correct.
Yeah. Ferris has to stay in the kitchen. She has to keep this little performance going in here.
I am trying to figure out how to. What I can do? Anybody got any ideas? I mean,
Walk up to him, grab his hand, and walk away.
yeah, but what powers and qualities am I going to use for that?
I don't know your list.
Well,
What do you
I
got?
want to use either inventions or elasticity, because the other ones I haven't really used yet.
Elasticity would work. It would mean you're basically
So-
like restraining the kid to bring him with you.
Where? Oh, you want me to try to take him
Yeah,
away?
like-
take him
yeah.
back to his job. I'll actually tell him.
Take him anywhere but here.
Yeah, and I'll tell him that you told me to do this
Yeah,
to get back to work, so that at least there's a reason why I'm doing it.
yeah.
Okay.
Who knew that
Can
Tandrew would be
I
the
somehow
reason that
use
we failed?
technology for that? I'm trying to think of a way to use technology for that, because that's my high die. Elasticity and technology.
What are the other options?
Well, what's his job here?
He's selling stuff, right? He's selling his. Tandrew's job, you mean?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So he's selling, right? Isn't he supposed to be
Yes.
selling stuff?
Yes.
Right.
I think
So
technology can work potentially if you think of a
okay. So
specific
why don't I
excuse.
just say I'll go over and help him with his whatever it is he's selling. See if I can beef up something or whatever.
Okay. So basically, mom's gonna get back to work. I'm gonna help you get the sales numbers up. Basically, selling some of the dusters.
Yeah.
Basically, what you're trying to do with technology.
Right.
Part of that. Okay.
Right. And tell him I don't have much time, but I'll do what I can. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that at least let me roll some higher dice anyway. Hopefully. Okay. Let's see what we get. Come on. A 2, a 9, and 11.
So a 9
Finally.
9.
plus 2
Wow.
is an
Alright.
11. You almost hit the 12 plus, honestly, which would have been very
Nice.
interesting. I haven't told you about that.
Yeah,
test
I don't
yet.
think it's
Yes.
worth. I don't think it's worth boosting though.
Yes. Okay. So you are good. You don't get a +1 permanent, but you are successful.
At least we
and,
made it.
And he does follow you away and does not cause further issue right now. And that means that Eloise finishes up her discussions with the other security officer and gets Locke into the VIP area successfully. Okay.
And I'm gonna help him fiddle with some of his stuff because there's always room for upgrades,
Yes.
making things better.
Well, you could always see if there's anything you can use.
I was actually thinking, is there anything there you could break? And because if, say, something caught fire, security might have to get involved in that.
Oh, so forget the plan of the cook. Do the.
More
Okay.
distractions, the better. The more places security has to go
Okay.
interfere so they're not where
Yeah.
we want them to be, the better.
I mean, you could always whisper to me to be like, hey, send security, because I can always just reach over to a guard to be like, hey, I'm busy here, but there's like
Yeah.
there's a fight or like
But if
There's a
if there's something actually happening and not because like if they go over and they see nothing's happening, they're just gonna leave. Whereas if something's on fire or smoldering at the
mhm.
very least, they're gonna have to actually intervene, and that's gonna take actual time.
okay.
Yeah, I would say that in general, Eloise, you could easily move like one person's location pretty simply, but getting like a whole bunch of people to move in one direction is going to require probably something more severe.
Well, all we're
Oh,
trying
I
to
see
do
what
is
you're
get.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
We're
thought
just
she
trying
was
to
just
get
trying to
the-
get 1 or 2 people like spread out or something.
We're trying to get people out of the security office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just
So-
a vague report I don't think would do it, but hey, that shit's on fire. I think that might do it.
Okay. So,
Are you
I
waiting
go
on
over-
that, or are you going to do that now? To be clear.
well, I want to do it right during the
You need to-
right toward
you
the
need
end of the concert to time it
We're
right.
we're just kind of assuming we're at that time zone.
Are we?
But you need
So
to
the
do
music
that and
should
then
be going. The music should be on by now.
No,
be
because
playing
I
by
haven't
now,
even gotten
right?
what's his name to the VIP thing.
You have.
Unless you're
Okay,
saying
so-
that
okay.
he's been. Yeah, I just did.
You
Are
just
you
did.
saying time passed and he's still there?
Locke is in the VIP section currently. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I
so
mean, are you, Sarah? Are you saying? Are we assuming that there's a time?
I'm saying
drop?
I'm saying I want us to worry less about what time it is and doing the things.
Right, I understand, but I want to make sure Trevor doesn't say, "Well, that's not the right time. That's not."
I am more
You
concerned with
didn't
just
time it right.
order, basically, is all.
Yeah.
Right. That's all that
Yeah.
Okay.
matters is order.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to be trying to make it so that whatever the accident is, the something catches on fire sounds like a really good idea, or maybe it just starts flying all over the place.
Yeah.
And they have
And
to
if
do
you want
something
there
about it, you know.
to be a delay so that you can hustle back over to get next to the security office again,
Mhm.
that would be top notch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to try to do. So
If you could schedule that fire, that would be great. I know explosions, you can have a delay, but fire, that's a lot harder.
Well, explosion cause fire though, so you can make the explosion be
Oh.
delayed and then catch fire. So yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Bungie's pretty good at timed things. I mean, he was an underground agent for a while. He's got the principal gearhead. You know, he's got that kind of stuff, so he should be able to do that kind of stuff. You know.
Okay, so are you gonna do that now then? You're gonna try and do the distraction now?
Yeah, if
okay.
if the timing is right and all that kind of stuff. Sure.
I think so.
I mean, does Locke need to at least make the exchange first before we do that? I mean, is there anything else anybody else needs to do before we get the ball rolling here?
Yeah, I probably should switch them out. Or
Yeah.
like at least get it from the seat.
Perfect. Yeah, because like the VIP section connects to like the seating for VIP as well. Because there's like the VIP section has.
Well,
the...
you don't want to have to mingle with the peasants.
Exactly. So you can go basically once you're in the VIP section, you can go into your seating area or back into the area that the score is kept in, basically, or will be. It's not there right now, right? Because it has not. It's being used actively right now. I would say it's being played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I want to get the one from the seat that we
Yes.
planted before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If I can do that while people aren't looking or whatever.
Yeah. So you're
Cool.
basically going to be trying to stealthily get it out from under your seat and then into your cane. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes. Okay.
Where the love letters are, right?
Yes.
Yeah, where the love letters are. I mean, I could, I guess, also. How close, if I go to the seat, like how close are the seats to other people and stuff?
They're not super close, but I would say there's like probably they're like boxes in like an opera house kind of thing, right? In like the the balcony boxes, right? So like you can see people and you're like fairly close-ish to people, but like you have your own sectioned off seating basically, right? And there are like some like dividers and whatnot. So like people can see it does circle around though too, right? So like people can see you if you're doing stuff. So you will have to like be careful when doing it, right? But it's also not like people are next to you per se. That makes sense.
And by any chance, is there like program that are given to like the VIPs?
Yeah, you all received a program upon entering.
Could I try to slip it in there to have like less of a hard check potentially? Because like opening a cane and slipping it in, that could be hard. But like,
Yeah.
you know, dropping the program open or something and having a page slide in, you know, I think maybe easier.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes,
That's
but yes,
cool.
I would say you can attempt to do so, and I'll factor that into the roll. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Go ahead and do your roll and see what
All
you get.
right. Let me see what. And where was it hidden?
Under
like
your
in the
seat.
sofa? Or
It was
the
taped
seat?
under your
Okay.
seat basically,
Okay.
and it is also like in an envelope, so you just like open the envelope and like take it out and like put it in. There's like, it's a couple of steps here involved. Not that the whole
Okay,
action
is
is
there
super
a-
suspicious, but yes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think like what of my abilities or whatever could I use, but so if you don't have a skill, it's a D4.
Or
Yeah.
Could I use, because I have magnetism, which is pretty minor, could I use that to move an envelope?
I feel like you don't want magnetism because you don't want to be looked at, right?
Oh.
Or is this literal magnetism? Is this like magnets, or is this like personality magnetism?
No, it's like actual magnetism, because that's how it like
Oh.
holds on the magnet, like the metal.
Oh, I
on
see what you
him.
mean. I see what you mean.
It's kind of like static electricity.
I gotcha. Okay.
equivalent. He can't really move anything big yet, but he can move like quite small.
What if it
Or
was
like-
basically the equivalent of he's able to like dampen the tape so that it loses cohesion, and
So-
that's how he's able to like slide the envelope out, kind of thing.
Okay. Sure. So it's not a super loud like rip.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure. Okay. Sure.
Okay. So I could use the The magnetism skill thing?
Yes.
Okay. And then I guess creativity.
Yeah.
Because,
Sure.
and then the green. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we know you can't roll higher than a 6 for mid-die.
Oh,
Yep.
it's a D6.
Dang. Yeah, it's too bad we can't use tailoring or something, but
I don't think so.
Yeah.
can't use charm.
No.
I don't know what
No,
playing.
you have some transmutation thing, but I don't think that one doesn't really make sense to have yet.
No. Yeah, you can't really warp the stuff really like directly to shape it.
I think he could easily use charm.
How so?
As long as you're
Distract?
confident and smiling, a lot of people aren't going to question
Well-
anything that you're doing. You could just be like,
Well,
oh,
'cause-
I dropped something.
Yeah,
Well,
it would
yeah,
almost
true.
be the
True.
reverse of charm. So instead of wanting
Hmm.
everybody to look at you and be very charming, it would be knowing how to present yourself so that you're almost
It's not even the
like
reverse.
blending
It's just
into
like,
the
oh, instead of
scenery.
something looking
Mm.
suspicious, if you're charming, it looks like I just dropped my pamphlet.
Okay.
yeah,
can I
like
use
you, like
charm?
you call it like as a distraction kind of thing.
All
yeah,
right.
you know, think cult leader instead.
I think
Yeah.
that
Charisma.
makes more sense than magnetism, truthfully.
It
Yeah.
does. I would say it does make more sense. I would say that you're basically
You can do anything
trying
as
to be
long as you
smooth.
are charming.
right. You're
Yeah.
trying to be smooth,
Yeah.
which is charming, basically. I would say, right? Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Which is something
That's 2
Eloise
8s and a
has
1.
not
2
learned
8s and a
yet.
1. So that
Oh,
means
8!
8 is mid plus 2 is 10. So you're good. So you use full success.
Nice.
Nice.
And is that another one too?
That's another +1 because it's first attempt.
Yes.
So now we're at +3.
Which is good because no one else other than Eloise could have helped him. So, because no one can get there.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yep, right.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you go ahead and you get the fake score into your cane successfully, and you make your way back up into the VIP kind of lounge area
Phew.
that the score is going to be in. That's good. Congratulations. Awesome. So I assume you're waiting to try and do anything in there until after Bungie's in position, which means that we
Yeah.
have to do probably Bungie's thing and then Ferris's thing, I'm assuming. Yes? First? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So Bungie will do yours first. So give me a roll on creating some sort of incendiary distraction.
Yep, okay. So, well, let me roll and then I'll tell you what it is
Yeah.
depending on how well I do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure I got the right dice here. Okay. I'll tell you, this is nice having my green ability be 10.
That's quite good.
Well,
Jeez,
I got a
Louise.
4. I got a 4.
Okay,
Plus
so we're at a
3?
7.
Yeah, you're 7 already.
So
Yeah.
shall I roll? I mean,
Yeah.
shall I use my...
It's an
I guess I
automatic.
should.
I mean,
It's an
Okay.
automatic success at that point.
I know, but
Yeah.
let's just see
And
what
we
it
get
is.
another plus
yeah.
if you use yours.
Okay, I got a 4.
It's
Beautiful.
11.
So it's an 11.
Almost at that 12. One day it'll
Right.
happen. One day it'll happen.
One day. One day.
So
Okay,
I
so that
also
brings us.
will say yes, you're at +4 by the way. You're correct, Sarah.
Okay,
Which is
okay.
very good. I will say also because you had an 11, it means that Tanger's not going to get blamed for it, which is very important to know.
Damn,
Yeah.
we were gonna miss him.
Going to
Weren't we,
juvie.
though?
All right.
It's all right. We could help him later.
Right.
Problem for another day.
Right.
So what are you doing?
So what I was thinking is that I would put some timer on one of his machines and have it start flying around it kind of randomly and catch fire at the same time, so it causes all sorts of havoc.
I mean, the entire area
And
is a
it's
giant
got a
circle.
timer, and it's got a
So which means that if you can basically you can lock it to a certain angle and a certain speed, and it'll literally just start circling the entire building at a super high speed. So it's super hard to catch.
yeah. So then right. So that's going to keep them busy for quite a while.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
The
definitely.
security guys. and
Quite a
such,
bit of
you know.
security is going to be chasing after that, for sure. Is
To
your
get the security out of the room. That's what my goal was, to get
Yeah. Yeah,
get the guy out of the room
I will say it
at the
doesn't.
same time that the other one is.
It's not. I would say that you need multiple steps in order for that to happen, because that means like the last person to come to an emergency because they're like supposed to be there. Everybody else is already on the floor. So right now you've captured the majority of the people that are on the floor that are to leave their posts have left their posts to try and stop this thing. So that's very good. So Ferris was going to do something next, I believe. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ferris, having shut down this kitchen, somebody has to be complaining by now that no food is coming out.
Yes, there is an angry mob.
There's an angry mob out there. And okay, so I'm gonna taste these tarts and see if I can figure out what the solution to this man's problem is for him.
Yes.
And as I'm doing that, as I like close my eyes and am tasting this tart, and really like full sommelier here, like I want to lean back against an oven.
Oh no.
And with all of the extremely flammable wool that I carry on my person at all times, I'm gonna shove a ball of that into the oven and turn it on to high.
I thought you meant your clothes, and I was like, oh,
No,
you're
no,
going to
no,
be a
not my
roasted
clothes.
bug.
No, not my clothes. Not my clothes.
Okay. That's better. Okay.
Disney princess.
I thought she
plot
was
armor
going to
for
use
that.
her wings to like turn the gas on and just let
No.
it go.
Oh, no.
No, but she is kind of shaking the balls of wool out of her wings
Okay.
into the oven
Okay. For sure.
and turn it on to high as she's analyzing this tart to figure out what is wrong with her.
Okay.
With her very spindly arms.
All right, go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. So, am I analyzing the tart?
Yes. You
Okay.
you actually want to know what the actual secret ingredient is? Yes.
I do want to know what the actual
Yes.
secret ingredient is. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm
Does he know what the secret ingredient is?
No.
green.
That's the whole point.
Oh.
And that would be creativity, green. Let's go through my... The only two that I think would possibly fit would be a precognition or a transmutation again.
Precognition.
Hey, precog. Well, how else are you gonna know?
I feel
Well,
like
because
yeah, that's hard.
I treat my precognition currently as just insight. Like
Yeah.
she is just very insightful. She's pulling from a memory of something she
Well,
heard.
you do a
at
lot
one
of
point.
baking.
And she also does a lot of baking,
Which could be transmutation, honestly. I would say that
which could be
probably
transmutation.
makes the most sense.
So,
Yeah.
okay. But the main reason I'm putting that up to like a group vote is precog is a D6 and pre-transmutation is a D10.
Oh, well. See,
Cover
I'm-
that transmutation.
yeah. see?
I didn't want. I'm like, look, I'm gonna put this up to a vote.
Mhm.
Well, you got
We
it.
I
didn't
figured they
know
were
which one
I
was
figured they
higher.
were the same level, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
I
"Here's
did
let me
too.
pick
Very
one
did
and make
too.
it work."
They very much
Yep,
were
yep.
not.
That's not the same at all. Yeah.
Yep,
Big
yep.
difference.
That's funny.
All right.
That's
Oh my god. Okay. So I got a 1, an 8, and an 8.
Nice.
plus 4 is a
cool.
12.
I know, but
did
we
it.
need to make sure Trevor's house isn't burning down first.
What is going on out there?
I heard fire engines.
I can see flashing out the
Oh.
window.
All right.
Security is
See, my security thing worked really well.
here. It worked too well. I called it my house.
All right. Like we could celebrate. We could celebrate this after we're sure that Trevor's house is not burning down.
I think we're good.
It's a good call.
I think there might have been like an accident or something. I don't know. There's a security guard here on the outside.
Okay.
Cars here. I
But
think
it's
that's-
not like a-
Security guard or
Not-
like police?
It's
But
not
it's not like a
police. It's not real police.
It's not. But it's
you
not
live in a
fire
Wanna
place
take
with
truck
a
or
No.
security
anything, right?
guard?
It could be
Okay.
down that way. I
That's
can't see it.
bougie.
It's possible, but I don't
Okay.
think so. We're good.
Do you want to tell Diana what's going on?
Okay. She'll be fine. She'll figure it out. She'll poke her out there too, I'm sure. Yeah. Sorry. So, you got a 12?
Oh well, I got a 12.
So add another one to that list. This is why we worked so hard to get
So can
that,
we just-
that
can we
plus
just-
in the beginning.
Can we just keep going with these pluses, or is there a limit?
There's a limit. Yes.
Okay.
You
What's
could-
the
What's the
limit?
limit?
6.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's
we have
fair.
And
5
let's
now,
get
right?
6, guys.
Because
Yeah.
after 6, there's no point. It's not makes sense
Yeah,
basically other than that.
Yeah.
Most part, right? Like,
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah. With a mid die
Six-
on 3
There's no
dice,
Six
point,
feels-
sir. I'm trying to get a
feels very
12
fair.
every time.
6 feels more than fair. That's
Yeah.
very generous.
6
You're
feels
welcome.
very fair.
Yeah. I have regrets allowing you to use the limit rate dice to get
The
you
limit
to that,
Yeah.
but that's okay. You
Yeah.
live and you learn. I had no idea. So I guess if you actually really want to know for sure, I can tell you it's he needs to be using whisper flour, not standard baking flour, and he also needs void honey as part of the jam.
Okay. So, as Ferris is setting the stage for yet another potential fire, creating the angry mob out in the restaurant, just making sure the utmost chaos is about to bloom into this restaurant, she is going to reach out, take this man's hand, and go, "You know what? This is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. I can feel every bit of heart and soul you have poured into this, and you should be so proud. The two teeniest, smallest things is that I would use a whisper flower. And sorry, did you say blood honey?
Void honey.
Void honey, thank you, sir. I personally, should probably just be me. This might just be me. I might use a void honey.
And the eyes just go real big, like, oh, that makes so much sense.
That might just be a personal thing, though.
No. You're onto something. You're onto something. Oh, I think that. Oh, why didn't I think of it before? And he's just like
the whisper flower. I do think would just like it's already perfection. I think the whisper flower would just
it's
make
so,
everybody appreciate the perfection.
It's
that
lighter
you're
and
doing.
airier, and it'll make the crust much crisp.
Yeah,
and
really let people focus on that filling, which is just the most perfect thing I've ever tasted.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now everybody, somebody take note of this because when we come back, I want these, and I want him to save us using them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This might be 3 years in the future. I don't care.
At which point Ferris is going to start kind of pushing all of the other chefs in the kitchen forward so that they can taste the tarts as well, all while explaining to them exactly how perfect these tarts are, and starting a debate about void honey versus regular honey, and whether or not this would actually be an improvement or if it's just a personal taste thing, to the point where one chef might potentially throw something at another chef's head.
Okay, I feel like this is different.
And Ferris is going to be working her way back out towards the main restaurant room at this point.
Okay, okay.
You also did the wool.
Yeah, you also
wool.
set a fire, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was it a change in plan?
I put a bunch of wool in an oven. Whether or not it will actually catch fire or just actually smolder, who's to say? But I'll tell you, the throwing thing at somebody's head, we could say I just threw that in for flavor.
I mean, you got a 12, so like, it's only thing is it is three different things that feel like three different skills.
Yes.
So
Honestly, we could say I didn't even turn that oven on. I just put wool in an oven to potentially be lit on fire if somebody else turns it on.
yeah, the only issue is that someone has to see you do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have you do another roll for that. You're at a high enough bonus that I feel comfortable not feeling bad about it.
Okay. I'm definitely going to say this is a precog thing for her. This is like an insight moment of like, hey, maybe I should just cause a little bit of a stir as I'm on my way out kind of thing. So this is just her having like an insightful moment. So that is definitely going to be a precog. But it's going to be creativity. Such a creative girl, you know.
In a creative world.
Right? Okay, so that is a 2, a 7, and a 5.
So 5 plus. Are you plus 5 now?
10.
10. You good?
Yeah.
You're good.
10.
Yeah.
And then whatever form you want a ruckus, maybe that wool never gets lit on fire. Maybe it's just that the chefs start fighting. Ferris just wants to lay a couple of seeds on her way out for other potential things that could go wrong in this kitchen, as well as the riot that is starting outside because people are hungry and very confused, and the waitresses are probably crying at this point, you know.
Yeah, so I will say that it does start a fire in the oven, which there already was a heated argument between two of the sous chefs, and now one of them is aiming the other one for the fire, and now there is definitely a fight happening in the middle of the kitchen. As like one of the waiters busts in and is just like super disheveled. It's just like, okay, so there has to be food, guys. There has to be some food. They're going to eat me, I think, at this point.
Think of that meme scene with the dog where it's like, oh no, the guy with the pizza who walks in and everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's definitely like an angry mob, and there's a fire in the kitchen. There's a fight happening, and it's a lot going on right now over there. As you step outside, a duster flies by. It's on fire.
Yeah. Lovely. And Ferris wants to go find Bungie, assuming he's like right near the security office.
I'm trying to figure out where. Let me get the map up
Where?
again. So I was at.
It's right next to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, I
that-
was. Oh, we don't know where the.
He had gone back to the shopping section with
And
Andrew.
I'm kind of hoping by this point he's made his
Shopping.
way back around.
Oh, it's over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I'm
And-
basically trying to. I want to stay near Ferris just in case, but I want to, so I probably headed toward the restaurant, but I also keeping my eye on security, waiting for the people to leave.
So
And if that door even peeks open, Ferris is going to start screaming for help.
oh, okay. Perfect. I will say, Bungie, you are going unescorted from the shopping section to security through VIP. You will have to make a roll to make sure you're okay.
Okay. That's true, but I would have gone the other way. I would have gone
Yeah.
the event, that direction, because that's what we were doing before.
Either way,
Yeah.
you're going
Either
by
way, okay.
yourself, unescorted,
Okay. So I need.
for a
So I need
length
to
of time.
roll. Okay. So what is my roll supposed to be? What am I rolling for? Because I need to know which powers and qualities to use.
Depending on how you want to do this, but basically you have to make it from one area to the other area without being accosted by security or being questioned as to why you're alone. Basically, is the problem because you're
Okay, and
unintended synth.
This is still flying all over the place at this point.
Yes.
This stuff is.
Yes.
Okay. So I think what I would do is I would try to run fast like I'm trying to fix problems. Right? I know what this is. I think I can help, right? That's what I'm going to do. So,
Okay. Yeah.
okay. So
Be
and
a
I'm
part
gonna
of the
kind
emergency crew, basically. What you're looking for, right?
Yes.
Got it.
So
okay.
I'm either going to be using inventions or elasticity for that. I would be like hopping around and stuff to try to be really fast.
Since
and
it
then I
makes
would use
sense, I would say the most. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll use elasticity and technology.
Okay.
So here we go. Okay, this is good. So it's 5, 7, and 9. So it's a 7
Okay.
plus.
We're at a +6 at this point.
Oh, we're at +6 now. So it's 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the
Yes.
idea.
Break
Okay.
more stuff. Break more stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, all we're trying to do, it's not like we're using our powers for evil. We're just trying to create a little chaos.
That's right.
I'm sure no
It's just a
one
little
all
K.
yeah.
All we're using with our rolls. We're not doing
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
Noble chaos.
So you managed to make it to the security area, the security office area, unaccosted, as you were like running alongside basically the other security officers as they do their circuit, basically, which is very helpful. It's in a circle. So you can kind of like go,
Yeah.
as they run past you, kind of run along with them, basically, and then you kind of stop in that side of that area as Ferris comes out of the kitchen area right there and makes your way over to security. And is that enough at this point to make him come out? Yeah, because also the chief security officer is in there still, so he feels like he can leave at the moment. So
Right.
he's gonna pick his head out and kind of see what's happening, if he can like assist at this point. And Ferris, did you want to try and bolster
As
that?
soon as she sees that, oh, help, help, oh, it's such a disaster. Oh, please, please, oh, I need you. And she is going to literally like drape herself over this man. If like as any part of his body comes out there, she's just going to be like enwrapping herself around him
Just like okay,
in utter
Yes.
hysterics.
okay, give me a roll for that. At this point, I think you guys have just kind of succeeded until we hit a certain point where things happen. But yeah,
Look,
Hmm.
Easier for
Right,
you,
right.
my guy.
Okay, so it's creativity. We're in green. Since I'm trying to move this person, would we say I'm using my wings to kind of help propel us a little bit?
Could say you're literally fluttering.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I pass this off as flight?
I'm trying to think of like logistically how you would be draped over him, but have your back still like
Oh
exposed
yeah,
in a way that
like
you could like.
I've like wrapped my arms around his arm,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like,
You can drape
I'm moving-
forwards.
yeah, like I've like thrown myself into his arms almost,
Okay.
I
and
mean, you can
have
also
wrapped
just
myself.
say she flies over there. I mean, that's using flight, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
but she doesn't really fly. She just kind of uses her wings to help
okay.
maneuver a little bit.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
because
But-
that's
Like a little Calvin ball.
it's
here at this
either
point,
that
it's
or
like-
I'm trying to create a little
We are,
rainstorm. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. Total of 9.
So I will say, in terms of the flight thing, what you're going to be using that for is you're going to be flapping your wings to shut the door.
Okay.
Right? So he's come out of the door a bit. It's like ajar.
Yeah.
It's still open a little bit. He's standing there, and you're going to like kind of like maneuver along with him, and then you flap your wings, kind of blows the door just very carefully closed. Right?
Yeah.
And which is, or do you want it open still? Actually, is the problem.
Mostly what I
still-
want is him away from it, so that
Okay.
if this is a chance for Bungie to slip in, that's good.
Well, I don't think I want to
I
slip
also
in
know
if he's still in
we're
there.
kind of waiting for her to go meet
Yeah.
her date as well.
Right. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, because like when the door closed, it makes it easier for you to
Yeah.
like kind of maneuver and like control him a little more.
Yeah.
Like his boss can't see him. Just helps.
Yeah, and that's
Mhm,
mainly what I want is to get him moving away from the office is my main goal.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So he can't just immediately turn around and go, "Wait 1 minute, ma'am," and I want him to feel a sense of urgency as I'm moving down the hallway towards, honestly, quite probably somewhere, probably not the kitchen, but just like
Yeah.
in general, a sense of panic and urgency, and be like, "I just don't know what to do. I'm just so lost. Oh my lord, will you help me?"
And he assumes that you're one of the VIPs, which. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just based on your general demeanor and reaction, because
Yeah.
most of like the dregs around here are not going to act like this at all, for sure.
Big glowing gold eyes,
Well, not
Artful-
with that
art-
attitude, they
artful
aren't.
tears, fluttering eyelashes. It's a real Scarlett O'Hara moment.
Yes, yes. So you've kind of actually maneuvered yourself into the VIP section as he's like brought you over there and is like got you like some water and it's like sat you
Yeah.
down in one like the big plush chairs
How funny.
and he's like doting on you like I don't want to like and he's like looking around all the chaos. He's like I'm gonna stand in front of everything so you can't see it. Just
mhm.
like
And Ferris is just going to do basically whatever he asks of her right now. She's not going
Okay.
to try to. She does want him fully focused on her, so she's
Yeah.
going to be very accommodating.
perfect. So that's
You just have
happening.
Eloise in the corner, just looking like, nah.
Nah.
Like, I left her alone for 3 minutes.
Okay, so
Oh, she's heard all the chaos through the thing. She's just
Yeah.
very good at ignoring everything.
all right. So now it is time for the Ted Bourbon meetup.
I'm not ready for that.
So I guess how is Bungie planning on getting in there, right? As she leaves, because the door will lock behind her.
Right. So I guess what I would do is play it by ear. When she leaves, if she's not looking, I would just sneak in before the door closes. But if
She
it's
makes
not
sure it
like,
closes. Yeah.
she makes sure it closes. So
Yeah.
I would just wait until she leaves, and then I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Oh, okay. For sure. So
I know I could go through tunnels or something like that. You said like the Jeffries tubes, right?
yes, there are ventilation ducts and stuff that are John McClane size, to go through.
Is that the Die Hard guide?
Yeah.
That almost
Yeah.
sounds like more fun. Maybe I should do that just because it's more fun. But
I mean, you can start
think it's-
humming some Mission Impossible theme songs if you do that. I mean, like.
there you go. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
Dun, dun. I mean, it's just more fun. It's not. I
Yeah,
mean, it
yeah.
probably makes more sense to pick the lock, but
Do you mind if we take a quick break before this next part? I'm gonna need some reinforcement in the form of cheesecake.
Are you having performance anxiety?
Yes. No, not performance anxiety. This isn't the kind of like top, like, I'm not good at the whole like flirting
No, it's
or
fine.
doing any kind of stuff like that, like in character or out of character for that matter, which is that's why in character I'm also very bad and not good at it.
Works out.
So
then.
like, yeah, I'm like literally panicking a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
you,
dear.
you don't have to go super detailed if you don't want to either. It's okay.
I mean, it's gonna be that she's like leading the other person along until they get into a room and she can just knock her the fuck out.
Okay. But yeah, get your cheesecake first, I would say. That's fine. You need the cheesecake
All right,
up
just gonna do
first.
that. I'm gonna take a bathroom break just to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. Everyone take 5. I also will go to then.
Alright.
Let me pause recording. There we go.
My mic is messing up though, so I gotta fix it.
Okay, for sure.
It like unglued itself somehow.
Oh no.
What did?
His mic unglued itself.
Well, I have
apparently.
this like separate little mic that
Oh, right.
holds on by magnets and glue.
Huh.
Which has been working great for like the past couple months, but for some reason today it is.
It's always our
Oh.
session. And things go wrong for you.
It really is. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I do have to say the microphone has been sounding pretty good
Yeah.
since you switched.
Yeah.
And we haven't had any of these for you anyway. We haven't had any of these things where you were cutting out like you were before. I don't know.
Mhm.
Did you get better internet?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, really?
Internet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I
think that
lost
makes-
my internet yesterday.
Like all of it?
Where did you
Yeah,
put
like
it?
the network. Like the network went. The network went down
Oh.
Thursday night at 11 p.m. And I saw that it was an outage, and then like an hour later, the report was like, "Oh, it'll be up by 10 a.m. the next like Friday
Mm.
morning." And then I wake up for work because I work from home, and it's now 4 p.m. And so I just messaged my boss and was like, not gonna get anything done today." And then it got changed to 11 p.m., which is when it did finally come back on.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was just watching YouTube on my phone all day yesterday.
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Sometimes not sometimes. I do a lot of D&D writing and work, so it's fair.
Oh, I make
don't say
guides
it.
for
It's
the
being-
video games that I play during work all the time
Mm.
because I just like get into like the organizing of data.
Yeah. Okay, so Eloise, or I guess Ted, sorry, we should call you Ted as we were supposed to. Ted, you take your jovial self over to, where was the meetup again exactly?
It was like a storage closet or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, okay. And what was her name? Shoot, I have it written down somewhere.
Delanora?
Something like that.
Delanora? Delanora? I feel
Del-
like it was
Delana.
Delanora.
Yeah, Delanora. There we go. Yes, Delanora.
Okay.
Delanora. Delanora sneaks away from the security booth, leaving it unattended, as she should not. But the power of the mustache is too strong. And you are inside of the storage closet, kind of stressing out a little bit.
Sweating
Sweating.
a little bit.
Yeah, you
I,
got.
I think
yeah.
they did come to like an agreement where it was just supposed to be like a quick makeout session kind of thing, like
yes, yes.
at most, like
Yes.
they had.
You
drawn,
say
like, a
that
hard
like
line
she's
that
gonna
says-
do anything.
I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure. Like
It doesn't matter what they agreed on. She's not. She's not going through with
No,
it.
I'm not saying you have to kiss her. I'm just saying, I think that's what she's going there expecting. So like
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can get her to close her eyes, kind of thing.
But I thought that she was going to make her wait to give you more time.
Oh.
Yeah, I
whatever.
think
I
that
don't know.
was.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
plan.
Oh,
I
you're gonna
remember
have
saying
you're gonna
that.
have her go there first, and then wait on you, and then
Yeah.
not show up, basically.
Yeah.
To be a full no-show.
I feel like it's smarter to just knock her out.
To your play.
Oh,
I mean, she's head of security though. What if she kicks my ass?
But this was like at the very end of the concert that she was showing up, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So
You know,
we're-
because the
yeah,
music
okay,
makes
cool.
it sexier.
Yeah.
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 We have a pretty good boost now. Like we've gotten you guys a good boost, and three of us still have die G4s as well.
Only 2 of us, I think.
No, 2.
2.
Oh, 2.
Because
okay.
I used mine.
Oh, okay, I forgot that.
Yep.
Well, 2 of us still have the D4s we can throw your way as well.
Yeah,
If you wa-
but
if
she
you
could be
wanna
like
try...
she could be an unbeatable boss. Just because we have a good roll doesn't mean Trevor wouldn't make someone unbeat. Like the roll doesn't matter. Just how well you can explain what you tried to do.
I don't generally do that when possible.
Yeah.
Especially for something like this, it wouldn't be.
I don't know. I don't put any.
So Sarah, you were
Trevor.
suggesting that she
I-
beat her up,
I
tie her
think-
up, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think knocking her, like she's going in
Oh,
there.
can I trick her
expecting
into it being BDSM?
Oh.
There you go. There you
That
go.
makes
Oh,
that makes
okay.
a lot of sense, honestly.
There you go.
Like it doesn't have to be a lot.
I mean, but if
She probably has like handcuffs with her and stuff, right?
yeah,
So much more sense why to so many
There you go.
kids.
There you go.
Okay, sorry. I think my internet skitched for a second. What happened?
No worries. You got really excited about the possibility of tying this person up, and yeah, we
And-
all think that's a brilliant idea.
and you both have handcuffs.
Yeah.
Both of you do.
Even if I like just get her hands behind her back and like zip tie them real quick, and then then I could zip tie her feet, and then I could even pretend to get a
Gag her.
call so that Ted doesn't get in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
So rather than talk about the possibilities, let's actually like. Okay. So are you already waiting for her in there, or is she going first and you're meeting her there?
That does.
I don't
that
think it really.
matter?
I don't think it really
Doesn't matter.
matters
Just
at
let me
that
know.
point.
Doesn't matter.
Sure, I'll go ahead and be in there.
So she opened the door.
Standing there, head against the wall. No, I'm just kidding.
And she like checks to make sure like nobody's like looking at. She kind of like sneaks in and like keeps the door closed. And she saunters on over to you and is like, "Well, I've been waiting for this all day. It's been a rough day."
You're telling me.
This place is
Today's
actively
been
burning around.
crazy.
She's like, "You know what?
He's like, today has been heinous.
You know, it's hot out there, but it's hotter in here. I think."
I have a great idea.
Do tell. You always have the best ideas, Ted.
But okay, so then what's her name? Ted is gonna, like, I don't know, take her hands and wrap them around her own back.
Ooh.
Like her hand. Ted is taking her hands
Mhm.
to put them behind Delanora's back. Her as in Delanora's hands.
Yes. Yes. I got it.
Yes.
And then zip tying them.
Okay.
And then like pulling.
Okay.
If I need to roll, that's fine.
You do need to roll to see if this is like she's into this or not.
That's right. She did not ask. She's just like, what do I
Yeah,
do?
there was no waiver signed or safe word set. So,
There is no waiver.
there's no waiver.
The
That,
good news is
is that your
she's just
slogan?
strength at 10.
yep.
Strength at 10. We're gonna go with close combat at 10.
The best use of that skill.
And of course, all the status are 8s.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a 5. We got a 10. And a 6.
So
Okay.
a
That
6.
gives us a 12.
6 is
12.
12.
You get 12. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
God you guys can count, because I can't.
So with a 12, she is very much into it. And it's like, oh my. I mean, I didn't. Yeah, absolutely. Got more? Maybe. I mean,
Sure. She's gonna gently knock
it's
her
not-
back. I
it's
don't know
not-
the role play of it, but she's gonna gently get her on her butt so she can
Okay.
zip tie her
Yeah.
feet.
okay.
And then she's gonna pretend that she's getting into it and then get a call.
Oh.
Ferris
But-
is like
oh, no.
quietly whispering into her out loud. Yeah, just make sure that last zip tie goes around that shelf there. Yeah. Oh my god, I don't know what to
How do
do.
you know this? She's definitely making a mental note of like, why does she have this knowledge? What the fuck?
Make
She
sure you gag
came
her.
from the Bubble Eyes Heart Planet.
They are experts in one thing. It
'Cause-
seems like.
Oh yeah, we only
Yeah.
do one. We
I
only
do like
do
the
one
idea
thing.
that maybe during the it's the chill time when they were doing meditation, like she brought up some of the techniques of like how to immobilize somebody without
Mm.
knocking them out, and then Ferris was like, "Yeah, we do it like that on my world, but just
Yeah.
for different reasons."
Reasons, yeah.
Ferris
And
was
so then
definitely
that's how she got
trying-
the idea to be like, "Oh, I can tie up the boss lady."
Here's what happened. Ferris was trying to teach Eloise to flirt,
Ah.
while Eloise was trying to teach Ferris some self-defense, and messages got mixed.
No.
Perfect.
Purposeful miscommunications went down.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sure you gag her.
What?
So
She can't call for help. Gag that woman.
Oh my god.
yeah.
And,
All right.
and Bungie's hearing this and saying, what's going on?
Oh, it's just been such a day. I don't know what to do.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm making you give me another
Just
roll for this. I
locks
don't think so.
silently in the background.
It's like, what have I done? Who am I partnering with? Okay. So you successfully tied her up.
The
She's still
funniest
conscious
thing would be
though.
if Kay is listening in.
Kel is
sorry.
listening in,
Kel.
and so is the ace. So so is the gangster.
Well,
So-
we're actually narrating this to
Yeah,
the
we're
agent.
telling him.
yes.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
But
true.
even while it's happening, he's on comms
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
so he can hear as well.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, I didn't
not
know
during the
that.
planning,
Oh,
but during the actual event, he would be on comms. During the
Yes.
plannings, we don't have comms. But this is a mixture of both.
It is a
So
mixture
in
of
one
both, yes.
reality, no comm. In the second reality, comm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, he hears it. All of this happening.
I feel like Eloise is just like, oh, everyone knows.
Also, I just remembered. Good job, Ferris, on being trash fire incarnate.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
Same.
too.
So,
I feel like the only one anyone remembered was Locke a little bit
Right?
and
Yeah.
me.
yeah. Yeah.
I remember the fire one.
Yeah.
I do that,
I-
but Ferris was basically told, okay, so you tell him you're trash fire, but everyone else you tell you're Ferris.
yeah.
And yeah, the fact that I then immediately started suggesting lighting everything on fire was a pure coincidence. I did forget that I was supposed to be a pyromaniac.
That
That's
was just
funny.
Sarah's inner
It
just
pyro
fits.
coming out.
So she is. I don't know if it's disabled. That doesn't sound right. Tied, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tied up.
Yeah, she's still conscious, and she still
That's-
thinks that other things are going to happen. So, what else are you doing? You said you're doing a call or something. You're pretending you're getting a call and then leaving.
Yeah, just tell her it's like, oh, I'll be 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'll be right
Wait.
back.
Bungie or
And-
someone could knock on the door.
Ooh,
So then Ted has to
to
answer.
deal with it.
And
Yeah,
then like leave.
There you go.
Yeah, and just tell her you'll just be
And
back
then he
in
could
1
like
minute.
he could like give a thumbs up behind his back to be like, oh, I'll take care of it and I'll
Yeah.
be back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Because it's not like he could be like, just give me
Okay.
a second. Because it's like,
It's
Yeah.
It's
why
Chandler
are you
from-
in there?
it's Chandler from that episode of Friends.
I don't know the reference.
Oh,
I don't need
so
that.
like-
okay, so I
Okay,
can
fine.
Bungie can knock on the door if you want. You would have. How would
Yeah.
you know to do that? But
You can hear.
you would
What's
have had to
happening.
whisper it or something.
You would have been able to hear everything that they were kind of
Yeah,
doing.
Yeah,
Okay.
but, yeah. It's fine.
right.
Okay. Yeah. Roll the knock. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
yeah. That's totally fine.
Right.
Goes off without a hitch. And it doesn't really matter either how convincing it was because either way she's in there. So determine later on how effective that was in terms of convincing. It
Man,
does-
I feel so bad.
So now she's in there, and everybody else is basically now all in the security or VIP sections here, right? We have Locke is by himself in the VIP section, and everybody else is in security area. Well, actually, no, sorry. Ferris is also in VIP. Sorry.
Ferris is like on the outskirts of
Yeah.
VIP, kind of hovering between security and VIP.
Yeah.
With her personal security guard now I think almost at this point she's having him like run errands for her.
Okay. For
in,
sure.
in such like, if you could just go grab me a glass of water, I would love that so much. Thank you so much.
For sure. Okay, so Bungie, you have to get into the security office next. You said you're going via the vents, correct?
So are you guys okay with me rolling lower dice just so I can do the fun thing of going through the vents?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that not
Yeah, go
something?
for
I
it.
guess I can't help with that either.
Because I could easily do the pick the lock with a lot higher dice, but this sounds like more fun.
Yeah. Climb in through the vents.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to use elasticity. That makes sense.
Elasticity,
Right, but the
Elasticity.
question is, do I use, I guess, underground agent?
Yeah, that's right.
Sneaking around. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
that's right.
sense. Okay, so that's my lower die.
You don't
but
have a
okay.
duct walking skill?
Duct walking. Yes, that's
I
my
definitely thought you
There
said
you go.
duck, and I was like,
duck.
Or that.
Okay, so I get a 2, 5, and a 6, so it's 5.
Yeah.
5 plus 6 is 11. So
Basically, as long as
Make
you don't get
sure
a 1, you're good. At this point.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So I get to sneak through. That sounds like fun. Yeah, that's right. And it echoes throughout all the tubes throughout the hole. So right. He's playing a recording actually from some ancient
Yes.
show.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you can make your way up into the security office, which is now empty, and you've now secured. I would say that you can go ahead and give me another roll for just the technology assessment and hookups, basically.
Right.
There.
Right. I want to do as much disabling of stuff as I can. And,
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
well, you know
so,
the actual best way to disable things is
Explosives.
physically.
Yeah.
So I got a 10 total.
Yeah. So first of all,
So I rolled low.
you disable the door locks, and that nobody else can come back in. So you're good in there for that. And then you get Ferris her link up to the screens so that she can view all the rooms now, and not just hear everything, but she can see everything too. And you do have access to some of the controls that are in the VIP area in particular. What are you doing with that?
Well, I'm looking to see, let's see, if we're at the point where not the scroll, what do we call this? The
Score.
The score.
score, yes, like you want to call it, so where the score is actually really stored, that's what I want to look for.
Okay.
Because he's got to get into there, right?
So do you want? Sorry, you want to go to the VIP section?
I want to look. No, I want to look through the cameras to see if I see where the score is, so that I can disable any security that has to do with that.
The score is not there currently because it's being played. However, you can see the score enclosure area, basically, I should say.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I look
Yes.
at. Right.
So you wanted to see what exactly? Sorry.
Well, there's a room or something. Do I see, like, are there, what kind of security is in there? And whatever it is, I want to get ready to disable it, or possibly wait till they disable it because they got to put the score in there.
Yes. Yes, they do have to put the score there.
And I
Yes.
could learn what they do, all that kind of stuff. I guess it depends on how, what kind of security is in there as to what I would do.
Yeah. So there is the laser grid, as well as there is a locking mechanism in order to actually access the opening of the case itself. However, that appears to not be remote access. That is a physical key situation instead. So there's also obviously people security there as well. It is in a display area. So basically, if you think of it as a big room, and in the center of it is like a square that is fenced off, with like the stanchions and like the velvet rope, whatever. And in the center of that is like a podium that has the big square case on top of it, has like the laser grid around it as well. But the idea being that the VIPs can see the score when it comes out, when it's transferred into that, which it will be shortly.
Okay, and do I have access to being able to turn the cameras on and off and stuff like that?
Yes. So you also have control over the feeds for all of the security as well at this point, which are all Karami anima. They are basically winged creatures that are giving views. They're either perched or actively flying in different rooms. So there are some mobile views that are actively moving, and some that are fixed. I have like birds basically on like stands where like security cameras might be normally, right?
Do those feeds go to any other people besides the security room?
They do not. They do have recording though, so they have backups, which you can disable if you so choose. But that does have a thing as well.
It has a thing. What do you mean?
I mean, it does have a recording feature that is currently enabled.
Oh, okay. So I definitely want to disable the recording feature.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
And delete the backups.
Yes, there are backups. You can turn off the recording, but still, what has been recorded would still be there, as well.
Can he delete it?
You want to delete all of the footage?
I guess I don't understand. Why would I want to delete something?
So that when they come back and check later, there's nothing for them to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to be disabling the recording to begin
But
with.
there's
so-
already a recordings of us. Like we are
Doing stuff.
Oh, of us in other rooms and stuff like
yes,
that.
yes. Like we have, like it's not
Oh, okay.
necessarily that we've done anything wrong in those, except for
Yeah,
Ferris.
but we don't want
Ferris
our
definitely.
faces
But
or
people will be able to be like,
anything.
oh, that was the person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
Yeah, I want to.
delete
Yeah, I
all
definitely
of
want to
that.
delete all that kind of stuff and disable
Yeah.
any new recording.
For sure. Perfect. Yeah, you were able to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, and you can disable the laser grid. However, you can only do so for 12 seconds at a time. So, fair warning.
Okay.
Hmm.
As a
Okay.
safety default, that it will pop back on right afterwards, basically.
And I could just do it again
Yeah, you can.
if I had to.
But if somebody's hand is,
I mean,
for instance, in between, it will get cut off. So,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, and make sure.
What if you,
Lock
like,
is
is
one
it a
that-
button? What if you like press it down?
He's made of water.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
make
true.
sure Locke knows about the 12-second timeout.
Okay.
And I guess I'm only worried about the locking mechanism that takes a key. You said it looked like a physical key?
Physical key.
Okay. Well, I guess what I'll do is I want to watch and see who has the key because they got to unlock it to put the thing in there to begin with. And then I'll relay that to the other 3 in our party to see if they can somehow figure out how to get the key.
Yeah, and that would be something that, like, because now Ferris can kind of see where all the security is, she'd be able to follow that person theoretically.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Now, how is Ferris actually seeing? I mean, she doesn't have. What does she have that she can see what's going on?
It's
How
a
does-
tablet,
how does that work?
basically, for all intents and purposes.
Oh,
It's
she's got a tablet.
It's a tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she the only one with a
What an
tablet? I
iPad
can't.
kid.
I totally forgot about this.
Yes, it's just her.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
you've basically pinged her with everybody's location for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
access,
okay, I
access to
just-
feeds, yes.
Yeah, I just totally forgot about the tablet.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So I would say at this point the performance is over, and you hear like the applause and all that, and the score is very carefully taken and brought towards where it needs to go. However, there appears to be a bit of a problem with that. They seem to be waiting for someone who's not showing up.
Uh-oh.
So at this point, Ferris has sent her personal security guard off to get her probably her 3rd glass of water,
Yeah, okay.
and she's gonna be like, "Eloise, sweetie, I think they're waiting for like an official escort. Do you think you could get over there and tell them that's you?"
Yeah. Because I mean, head of security would have been in the office the whole time, so who would be missing?
What? I don't understand.
Head of security is not in the office. Head of security.
No,
Yeah,
but
the person got tied up.
yeah,
That's
But
who was supposed to get it.
She's been in there the whole time.
but
Before
there's
this.
supposed
No,
to
there-
be multiple security guards in there, so she probably would have left at this point to go help escort,
Oh, okay.
leaving somebody else in the security office.
That's fine. I just didn't know if I was
Yeah.
missing like who it was
No,
supposed
no.
to be.
Yeah, it's
No.
her.
We're just
Okay.
going to kind of assume that it's her and be like, "Hey, yeah, sweetie, if you could just go over there and convince them that it's supposed to, that you're filling in, tell them she's sick, something. I don't like.
Well, she's all
Ti-
tied up.
She's tied up
A little tied up.
Absolutely.
with all the stuff that's going on because things are flying all over the place. and
Absolutely,
stuff,
this
right?
place is actively burning down around our ears. But if you could just go tell them, like, she is literally putting out fires. I'm here in her place and try to get them moving.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love you.
She signs off. She signs her letter. A message.
out.
At which point the security guard comes back and she's crying again and just at this point she's also probably would try to work her magic at getting him to tell her his life story at this point, just keep him thinking about her instead of the fact that he should definitely be off somewhere doing his job.
Okay, so Ellie, are you going over to? It's basically like
Yep.
backstage. Okay, so you make your
I
way.
have.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was saying I have.
Okay.
Entered the building.
Enter the building. Yes, Elvis entered the building. Eloise, Elvis, same thing. So you make your way to the back, and there's a little bit of an argument happening between people as to, like, it's because like someone was supposed to be here, and like it's a weird delay, and it's just like there's a lot going on too, and they're like, okay, is everything okay? Like, you know, and so you make your way back there to kind of that kind of like discussion happening between some of like the musician people and some of like the security people, and like, yeah, and right before you arrive, though, somebody begins to take control of the situation a bit, and this big guy with scarred face, big body armor, kind of like gets everybody like to shut up, basically, and to like start giving them like direction and order as you're coming up, basically. So what are you doing?
Howdy. Head Navision here. Ted
who
Bundy.
who
Sorry. Wait.
Who
Ted,
are you?
Ted Bundy? Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Sorry.
And the man kind of looks at you, kind of scowls, like, who are you supposed to be?
The one helping Dylanor.
Well, where is
Keep
she?
This place from. She's a little tied up at the moment. I don't know if you've seen outside.
Yeah, what is
There's been a
going
few-
on? There's going
There's
to
been a
be
few
Mhm.
technical difficulties.
You got a lot
Not
of
with
people fired
us,
today.
you know, just with other people.
Yeah, I expect better from my people, and you're not living up to expectations. We're gonna have words later.
How horrific. That is just the worst. I am so apologetic. You're absolutely right. You should never come here again.
Come here. This is my event space.
Mhm.
Do you?
You're sure right about that.
Do
It was just a turn of phrase.
you know who I am?
Does he have a badge?
No,
Yeah.
he does not.
Oh.
He has a very
Okay.
distinctive symbol on his chest, though, of
Is
the
it?
Lamplighters, and it's a gold emblazoned one.
Should Eloise know who this person is?
Probably.
Maybe, maybe not. You've never seen him before.
Okay.
Basically, you should just say you have a task to do and just get
yeah,
on with it.
I think the correct play is just going, you know what, I'm sorry, you're right. It's just been a very stressful day. We should really get this to a secure location before we do anything else.
Yeah.
Where is Eloise right now? Can Locke see?
Backstage.
Backstage. No, you're
okay.
where the score is going to be delivered to right now. Locke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're so
Do I
correct.
recognize that voice by any chance? To like give her a heads up? Being in Zol for a while?
Been at Soul for a little while. Maybe.
Is he the one who
Is it
arrested
Eowyn
you?
that's
I mean, I assume it's the person you posted earlier, but
Oh,
I don't know.
I didn't think about that.
Mr. Lamplighter himself?
Yeah.
yeah, Mr.
Um,
Lamplighter. Yeah,
Yeah, I would think he.
but I don't know. If
Locke would
Mr.
probably
Lamplighter.
know. Yeah, I would say so.
I
Okay.
completely agree.
Locke's just gonna be like, "That's Eamon Lamplighter. He's," and then basically just give her a rundown of who she is, or who he is.
Cool.
It's the big
Uh,
cheese.
Okay. So
As yeah.
Okay.
then Ted's gonna be like, Mr. Lamplighter, I completely agree. The longer we stand here talking about it, the longer that this thing stays unsafe. So let's get the score back into its rightful place. Sorry.
What's your name, son? Son?
Ted Burndy!
Ted Bundy?
Burndy. Isn't that his name?
No, it's
Bourbon! I'm sorry.
Bourbon.
I'm sorry. That's me. That's me. I got Ted Bourbon and Bundy mixed up.
I'm gonna need you to give me a roll.
Ted Burndy. Why? He doesn't know who Ted Bundy is. What if I said the name wrong on purpose so Ted doesn't get in trouble?
Well, because you have a badge, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Do I?
Got your name.
Yeah, you do.
Got your name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a roll for
Alright,
you
so
to
what's-
convince him of all of this.
I'm trying to act like Ted.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
Maybe.
Ted's
We'll see, I
just
guess.
himself unconvincing.
Yeah, we'll see if it's convincing.
Oh no.
Can I attempt to help with this by any chance? Because I gave her the heads up who it was.
Well, I guess I
Say-
got an 8.
You got an 8?
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So she's good. We could have considered it, but
Okay.
yeah, we're good otherwise. So, okay, so
Yeah.
he kind of just like scowls at you, although he always scowls. He more scowls at you, I would say.
Well, she
Worst.
smiles as Ted. Just a big old grinny grin.
Yeah.
Cheerful as ever.
All right. Get to work.
Begins escorting them over.
Your boss is fired, though.
Would you like to tell her? Or do you want me?
Does it look like I want to be bothered?
I don't know. Some people enjoy it. I'm not going to judge.
Just get moving. Just get moving.
Yes. Go.
Mhm.
Just hurry it up. People are waiting.
Okay. You got it, Mr. Lamplighter, sir. Yeah.
Big goober grin. All right. So you and several others, you're not just alone, otherwise you could just take the thing right now. Several others take the score. It also is not carried by you either. It's carried by like a curator of the museum of the event hall because it's like a very precious thing.
With
And-
like special gloves and
Yes,
stuff, right?
yes, the white gloves and all that stuff. Yeah, over to the VIP area where it needs to be delivered, and they look to you, Eloise, as to what to do next, since this is a security issue now, not a, parchment issue.
Yep. Then she, puts her hand up to her ear and is like, deactivate, please. Get your
Okay.
key ready.
You do not have the key.
Right.
God damn it.
So maybe you should just tell them. Maybe you should just tell them to go. You'll take care of it from here. You can go now.
There is like a protective group around it, basically, of
You
security,
Yeah.
other security
Forgotten your
officers.
key.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you are now in the area now as well because you're right near where they're delivering this. So you two are in that same area, whereas
Cool.
the other
So-
two can't get here.
So I just want to make sure I've got like the order of operations correct here.
Yeah.
So Ted basically radioed in for the security measures to drop, turned to one of the escort and be like, "Have your key ready," and they basically turned to her and went, "What key?"
Yeah, yeah.
And she's just
Yeah.
like, you
Okay.
So
So-
is Locke
didn't
there?
hear that.
Is Locke actually nearby?
Locke is there, yes.
Okay.
So
I am nearby, but I feel
No,
like
I wanna-
intercepting the
I wanna-
guards is
Yeah.
not a good
well, I wanted a
idea,
message to Locke and just say, Locke, why don't you say who is supposed to have the key? That way, Eloise doesn't have to ask.
I know who has the key.
we all know who has the key.
Okay.
We
So
just
it's
need
you think
we
it's
just
obvious?
basically
Okay.
need Eloise to act like she's not supposed. Like what? Like what do you mean? I'm not supposed to be the one that has the key. You're supposed to have the key. What do you mean you don't have the key?
Mm. Yeah,
I just figured maybe Bungie could go into the closet and grab it.
We could definitely. Well, no, Ferris. Ferris could go and grab it.
yeah. Bungie's
No,
in the
Ferris
security
is
room.
detained.
No,
Yeah, but
I mean she can get out of that easily. I mean she's like just swooning. I think yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Well, it's not like they can do anything if we can't do anything without the key, and I doubt they're gonna
So why doesn't-
leave
So why
until
doesn't
it's
Ferris
put
go?
back.
So why doesn't Ferris go get the key? Right.
Yeah. Okay, so
It's either that
Or
or,
move,
or
move
Bungie-
things along here. That's all.
Yeah, it's either that or Bungie starts cutting lights, basically.
yeah, so what do you want to try and take it now? Or do you want
No,
to keep on trying to go with this?
I do think we want to at least try to get the key.
So yes, I'll let them know. My bad. Not my bad, but let me go get this. Stupid key.
Eloise resists the urge to punch very strongly.
Eloise is gonna blast a hole in something
Okay, so
when this is all over.
I won't make you roll for this, I don't think, because it's just a
We're-
walk basically back and forth.
Yeah.
And like you're not going to be causing suspicion at this point. So you go and you get the key and you return with the key. And
I'm just glad you didn't make me roleplay it.
I know, you're welcome. That's my gift to you.
Thank you.
So, and you unlock it. Are you allowing them to put it in?
Yes.
Okay. So you unlock it, they put it in, you close it back up, it's sealed, and then everybody kind of disperses, basically, right? Because
Fantastic.
their job is done. So there's still like general security in the area and the security cameras and all that stuff, right? But and the laser grid. But other than those minor things. But you have the key now.
Right.
So
Give it to Locke. Give it to
I
Locke.
was about to say, should I give
Yeah.
it to Locke or should I be
Yeah.
part of why he's nearby? Like, oh, I'm showing him something.
No,
on
I
the
think
score?
you give it to Locke and then go start directing any lingering security guards to go like, hey, there's still things actively on fire. Go put those out. Hey, there's still an angry mob in the restaurant. Go handle that. Hey, the chefs are actively trying to kill each other in the kitchen. Go stop them and just start pushing more people out of the VIP room, kind of thing.
Okay.
So Eloise, give me a roll for that in the background
Sneaky-handed.
while I figure out Locke thing. Locke, what are you doing?
Okay, so what's the situation? There's just guards in this room?
Yeah, the security
And
feed
Eloise?
has been cut basically at this point, so that's not a problem. There are still other VIPs in the area though. They are mingling, and some of them are looking at the score and talking about the score because they're potential bidders.
Okay, and this is right by where they...
They are basically encircling the roped off area where the score is housed right now.
Okay, and that's where I gotta do the trade. So I gotta
Yes.
basically get these people out of here.
Yeah, either looking the other direction or removed, or just unable to see you do it in some way.
Hmm.
When we kill the lights, probably we can do that. Anybody
Yeah, I'm
got a
trying to
better
think if
idea?
There's another option.
Do you have the
Oh.
AC controls in there?
Uh-huh.
Because you could just make the room like unbearable, and then I could be like, "Oh, do you want to go to this other area where it's cooler,
Are
like
there
back
any
to where the
Well-
seats are?"
Yeah, are there any of those little flying bird things in here?
Yeah.
You could have a bunch of them false alerting on a bunch of the VIPs so that the security has to.
But then security will be in the area.
I was thinking more like you escorting them to.
Okay, how many nobles are left? I got a ton of these love notes. I'm kind of wondering if
Yeah.
I just
What about 20?
accidentally spill a bunch. There's 20,
There's 20.
and if they'll start reading that and thus be distracted by these very
Okay,
lascivious notes.
sure. Give me a roll for
Why
the
not?
distraction then for the VIPs, while Eloise give me the distraction roll for the security.
Is that
I
a
take it
separate
I
roll than the
can-
one I just did?
Same one you just did just now. Yes.
Okay, I got a 12.
Okay, you're good.
Are we at yellow, or what are we?
Not
Oh,
yet.
What are we at? Okay.
Okay.
Oh dear.
As soon as the switch happens, it goes to yellow.
Okay.
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 Those are better
Everybody
dice for
run.
me. Okay, I
Nope.
take it I can use my 2 charm things because that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Here we go.
I do love that everyone's just like, "Can I use this? Can I use this?" And I'm like, "This one makes sense. This
Yeah.
one makes sense. That's what I'm gonna do." Post combat, yeah. I
so
can use
that's
that.
7
getting in people's
plus
face.
how much?
6.
6.
Six.
6. So
13.
13.
Hey, don't be,
Hmm?
sad that we came up with a good plan
It's
and came in
Yeah.
swinging hard early.
yeah, that's good.
If we hadn't have done
gamed the
that, we
system.
could have gone the other way, and it would have just been a cycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have gone down real
It
bad.
also would have gone into next session.
True.
That's true.
So distractions have been achieved. I would say at this point, you still have to do the actual switcheroo in 12 seconds without causing suspicion. They are distracted, but they're not stupid. and blind. So if you're super like obvious about it, it will be seen. So you still have to do that lock. So that's another roll for you. Is there anything in particular you want to be doing for this?
So I think I have a mirror and I have a laser thing.
Yes.
Is there any chance I can stand sort of in front of it and cut it using the mirror, like behind my back,
But you have
Oh.
the key.
sort of thing?
You do have a key, but that might take longer to fiddle with, possibly. If you can cut it ahead of time, it might be faster, possibly. You're right. It will be more obvious if you cut it.
Yeah.
I feel like the laser has to be long enough.
But if I take out a key,
because that's how you get
Yeah.
it in the first place.
but if I use the key, won't they ask why I had that?
If they see you
Is
doing
If
that
they
it.
don't
any
see you.
different
If they-
than
if they
you?
see you-
If they see you doing any of this, you're caught.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't-
So I
it's
would just
just
say use the
personal.
key.
This is
Okay,
the moment
Can
where
I use the key behind my back then?
Yeah.
So they don't really see it? Like while
Uh,
looking at these notes, I use the mirrored thing to kind of like stand in front and
Oh, I see.
fiddle with it.
I see what you mean.
So basically, I'm using myself as like a block
But yeah.
to it.
yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Where you can
Would
kind of like.
Okay.
And would it be possible, like once we know he's got that key in there,
Mhm.
not if Pop or if Bungie cuts the lights, but if they
I was
just
thinking the same thing.
flicker.
I was thinking of just making
Like-
them flicker.
a-
If there's controls, do it not where the scroll is, but back so they look the other way.
yeah, just
away
enough to
from
get
him.
people to either like look. Like, have you ever been
Yeah.
in a store where the lights just flicker? Everybody looks
Yeah,
up,
everybody just looks. Yeah.
Okay.
but not out.
I mean, he's got to do all this in 12 seconds anyway, so it's going
Right.
to be a pretty quick
It's a
thing.
short window anyway.
Well, he says 12 seconds,
Yeah.
but that was enough time to unlock and put the scroll
Thank you.
in it.
Yes.
So technically, it's enough time to unlock and take the scroll out. Because you assume they also had to take it out the first time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is
So
enough time.
I would, yeah.
So okay.
And the laser grid's being turned off, right?
Yeah, Bungie's gonna
Just-
time that. He said, I believe.
Oh no,
Okay,
no, he's
great.
gonna leave that on. He just wanted to see.
Well, no one mentioned the lasers
Yes,
again.
it's a
They
good
just
point.
mentioned the
Yeah.
lights.
Yes.
Yep.
I wanted a reminder.
Yes.
I know, right.
Good
What
call.
likes his
Like,
hand?
I
We know
gotcha.
you're made of water, and we thought, okay, let's see
Yeah,
what
you'd be fine.
happens.
Be fine.
Like if his hand
Yeah.
is cut
Yeah.
off.
We thought it'd be very
Science.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
science.
Science.
It's true.
Science. Energy. Science. Energy.
Okay, so am I just rolling?
Yeah.
For this?
Yep.
Or- okay.
If you fuck it up, I'll come arrest you and just do it myself.
Trying to see like what skill I could use.
Certainly
Can I
charm.
use-
Use
Well,
all
yeah, I
of
guess-
them at the same time. I
Yeah.
want 5 D10s and 3 D8s and 4 D6s.
But I want to.
God, Trevor's gonna make the next one so much harder.
Can I potentially use my creativity and charm because I'm using a mirror, which I do a lot when I want to look at myself?
Okay.
I always think
The
of it as
skills
being-
of.
I think of
Oh.
charm as being like the don't be suspicious thing.
And
I think
smooth, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
smooth.
like you're being-
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should
Well,
rename
that
it
works
smooth, honestly. You
too.
should rename it
try-
till smooth.
You
Like,
should rename it
Yeah.
smooth.
Probably.
Like smooth / charm.
It's more universal, applicable, and like makes sense. So
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you should do that.
Fine, everyone. Rename my skill. Whatever.
Cool. You
Changing
can
your
rename, you
character
can
sheet
rename
for
it
you.
smooth tan and
Uh,
smooth talking.
Okay, so overall it's a 10.
It's a 10. Okay. That's with the bonus, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I rolled a 10, a 2, and a 4.
Okay, so it's a 4. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so you are able to do it
How does
successfully.
it feel?
And you are able to make the swap. The swap is the more difficult portion than the actual just like opening it and pulling out the score. It's more of the getting out the other one, like and getting it, like and getting the other one back in. It's like it's the swapping inside and out the cane base that's more difficult, honestly. doing it carefully enough.
just
not
put it in your brochure.
Yeah, I
Where
actually
you have
don't think I
these.
put it back in the cane.
No?
Because wasn't it? I think it's just been in the brochure the
Oh,
whole time.
you're correct.
Yeah.
It's in the brochure. You're correct.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna put it in the cane, but I thought that looked sketchy,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
didn't.
Yep. Good call. It is easier this way, I would say. So, okay. So you, with all of those things happening all at the same time and within a 12-second span, basically, all the distractions happening, 3 different distractions all at the same time. As you do this, you now have the score in your possession in the brochure. You have to get it out now.
Okay.
Is there bathrooms or the equivalent? I could pop it into my cane, sort of thing.
Yes, there is. You can do that without a roll. You can go into the bathroom. There is one in the VIP section, so you can get it then into your cane, so it's now there instead.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And I don't know if I still have any love letters left because I think I probably had to use most of
I
them
think you use all of them up
to
on
distract. Yeah,
I don't think you can fit more than 20 in your cane.
yeah,
That's a lot.
that would make sense.
You do, like, the whole
sadly.
envelopes and all that stuff out there too. Like, yeah, the whole thing. Okay, so now what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to wrap it around, like put it. Can I get my program in there too?
Sure.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
like find
So
something.
our goal now is to just to make it to the getaway car.
Yeah,
right?
we're just
Yeah.
we're just all going to be heading towards the exit.
So I would recommend that Ferris and Locke leave first, so that Bungie can stay in the control room, and then Ferris needs to walk Bungie out.
Mhm.
So just to be clear, I want to try to remember where we said we were parking which vehicle.
Yeah, we had one on one side and one on
We
the
had
other.
one on
We
one
want to
side.
we want to
We
go
w-
to the horse one, not
The one,
which is
the
in
one that
front.
the one that brought us here was the one that Ace provided to us, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
No,
No.
I came
No.
in the pink one.
You came in the pink carriage,
Which
which
one
is the
was-
one that Kel got for you, which is in the park in the
Yeah.
front.
But we told Ace to get us one because that would be our
Okay.
getaway
a,
one.
a duster in the
one-
back, basically. Is,
And that one will be in the back.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, making sure. Okay.
So we want to go to the
heading-
pink one, right?
We want to
the
go to
front.
the pink one. We want to head to the front.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
we all need to be
So back
together.
to where
We
I
all-
came.
To use the bird
I-
too.
Yeah, I don't know what the range on the bird is going to be, so I need everybody together so that I can unlock the collars. We ditch the soul stones and we head for the
Okay.
dock.
Okay. Locke, how are you specifically getting out?
So I know someone's in the security place. Somebody else is.
You should just be able to walk out.
Nope,
Just walk
nobody's
out.
looking for us.
There shouldn't
Yeah.
be like a thing.
But I just don't know how I'm gonna. Because you said we needed to be grouped together for this.
We need
The
to
bird.
we need to all be there when I activate the bird, but we're not doing that yet.
We can do that in the
Oh.
carriage, right?
Yeah, we can do that in the carriage. Or
Oh,
near,
okay.
or near the carriage, or once we're like all outside approaching the carriage.
Right.
But I think like
Okay.
what Pup
Yeah, I'll just
or-
walk right out.
is if at the same time he said like Ferris at the same time, now that she's trying to be like, oh, you've been such a delight. I cannot thank you enough. If we could just, I really do think I need to be heading home. I think it's just been such an overwhelming day for me. And as she spots Locke turning on her charm, and he's probably seen her do this to a couple people at this point, be like, I'm so sorry to impose. Would you be able to escort a lady to her carriage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
No, to Locke.
Oh, sorry.
To
I
Locke.
think you're saying
Sorry.
the lock.
Sorry about
yeah.
You were
Actually-
just like, yeah.
It would be my pleasure.
Yeah.
And I'll do a little sort of bow and then take her by the arm.
She
arm by arm.
is gonna blow a kiss to her security guard as she leaves. But yeah, then she's just gonna kind of in a very, she's really playing up like the weight, the waspiness of it, and just like thin and frail and oh so delicate, and leaning on the much shorter Locke to escort her out.
Okay. Fantastic. So, okay, I'm gonna look at the time. Hold on a second here.
I was like, is something gonna activate?
Not.
So, Bungie, you notice while going through the security protocols that there is an additional failsafe that was not listed anywhere else, where the outside scanners, when you are entering and exiting the building, have specifically been configured to scan for the particular paper type that the score is made out of. So if you go through them with that specifically, it will ping, even if it is in an enclosure. It will still set it off.
Okay.
Is
Is there a way for me to disable that?
No, they are just, it's built into the system locally on their end, on each of the scanning type, basically. Like these are like the little like frame things, basically, that people walk through.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just built into it by default. You can't turn them off or change them from here.
Bungie, what
So,
if
but I mean, are they a 360? Top to bottom?
What do you mean?
Could he trip and roll the cane out?
It's a,
I mean,
it's a doorway you
Where's
walk
the
through.
scanner?
But
hold on. Bungie, could you set off absolutely everything as we're heading out the door?
oh,
Because
set off every single alarm.
True.
There've been glitches all day. Just set everything off. How will they know which one's right, which one's wrong?
TikTok.
Not
How
all-
will they know?
That's true.
Not-
How
not
are they gonna
only that,
know?
Set like by this point they
Okay,
there's
can Bungie
enough-
do that?
there's
Can
enough
he set off
figures on
alarms?
fire.
Bungie-
They should be escorting people
Bungie
out.
can set off all the alarms. Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Okay.
Other-
I-
Set them all off.
So my other idea
So
was
this is
where the bathroom was, and we could give it to the bird to fly away with it. Depending
Oh.
if the bathroom has like a window or something. But
yes, but we need the bird for
Well,
our,
well, no, and then the
our-
bird would then come
Would come to
fly back over. But I'm saying
Well,
it would just
I,
kind of fly.
I have the idea of you just throwing the cane out a window, but
So okay,
you
what
might not
what is
want it to
the?
leave your hands.
Let me make sure I understand. Is the detectors that are detecting the paper? Is that something you walk through, or
Yes.
is that something that's above?
Yeah, it's like
I mean,
it's like
so-
a doorway you walk through, basically, that's been positioned in front of like the entrance, basically. Yes.
So if he just found some other exit, he could go that way then, right?
Well, there's only two entrances and exits: the security back gate and the front
They're-
entryway.
so the reason let me pitch setting off all the alarms, because I think setting off all the alarms gets 3 of us out in the same time.
Hmm.
All the alarms go off means Eloise has an excuse to come over and escort the VIPs off the property, like away from the chaos that's about to ensue. And that means that otherwise we kind of have to like wait for her to come up with an excuse to leave as well, and then that's just Bungie that needs to get out.
I mean, not really. I'm just hanging out in VIP, so I could easily just run over to the security entrance. It's right next door. And be like, oh, it looks like something's happening. I'll take you to your car and then be right back.
yeah, that's basically what I just said.
Oh,
Like,
sorry.
if-
I guess
if-
you said an excuse, and I was like, I don't really see an excuse. You're just doing what you're doing.
basically if we
It's
throw
okay.
the-
I was thinking too hard.
basically if we throw the cane out and no alarms go off, then
No. I know. I agreed with what you said. I was just
Okay,
thinking too
okay.
hard.
So
Okay.
basically all the alarms go off means Eloise, Ferris, and Locke all have an excuse to leave the property at the same time.
But I
How does
can come
Bungie
back
get out?
in and get Bungie.
Yeah. Bungie can just
The
sneak out the
point is,
security gate
get the
and we'll come
score
in.
out.
Yeah. Bungie can just cut
Okay.
out the security gate because it's right there, so he doesn't have to walk through everything again. And we'll
Although,
just
yeah,
drive-
is there another? Could he come out the vents somewhere else than where he like went in the vent?
But if he just comes
That
out the
sounds like more
security-
fun. Sorry.
Well,
Okay.
you were gonna have to come out the vents anyway.
If he just comes out the security
'Cause-
gate, then we just drive around and pick him up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He can't come out the door
Sure.
though. He has to go through the vent.
Yes, but once I mean, he doesn't have to go through the entire building. He just gets out of, he goes through the vents out of the security office,
Yeah,
but out
yeah.
the security back gate. And
Yeah.
then because the 3 of
That's
us
what
are
I-
already in the carriage, we just drive
Yeah.
around and pick him up.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
So that means
Fair,
I
you're
am
thinking
setting off
too
the
hard.
alarm.
No one's disagreeing
No, I'm
with
not.
you.
No, but
Wait,
you're not letting
so-
me finish my sentences. So
Okay, but I'm setting off the alarms, right? Okay.
'Kay.
So what do I do to do that, Trevor? Do I need to roll for it?
no, because
Okay.
basically, if you just break the system, it'll just set off all the alarms.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's honestly the
guess
easiest thing to do. I can make you roll for a more complicated way to do it, but you could just also
Okay.
break the system.
That
And
sounds good.
By default, if it goes down, the alarms go off. So, yeah,
Okay.
alarms go off.
The easiest kind of hacking.
I need everybody to tell me their own individual pathing out of the out of here. So
Okay.
I'll go with probably Bungie first. Doesn't matter, in terms of chronological. Just Bungie first. How are you getting out of the building?
So I'm gonna go through the tubes, the vents.
Where are you coming out?
I'm gonna try to come out where the carriage is. I forget where we put it,
By
but
the front.
yeah, the front, whatever that means.
Okay, so you're gonna go. So you go into the shopping area, which is by the front. You then will be waiting there for Ferris to come pick you up, essentially, and walk you out. Yes, that's what I heard. You're not unattended.
I was suggesting he come out the back gate and just kind
I
of
thought he was gonna come out
Wait.
then on the outside of the building.
like back.
That's what I thought too. Is I was gonna be coming out the outside because
Here.
vents go to the outside, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But in the back, not out
Have to
front where there's
somewhere.
a huge crowd, and we'll just drive around and pick him up.
yeah. Okay. I'll just say, for simplicity's sake, that you can get to the outside. You'll be super high up, but you're stretchy, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can get down safely from the very top, basically, of the vent, down to the ground level on the outside without having to go on the inside anymore. So you are now out, and you can make your way towards the carriage, rather than having to have the carriage drive up to the security gate, like the security back door where it's not supposed to be.
Okay.
Right. So, Ferris, how are you getting out and then to the carriage?
I'm just being escorted by Locke to the door, and then when everything starts going off, basically having Eloise and Locke escort this now probably pretending to faint woman out to the
Wayfish,
carriage.
wayfish.
Wayfish, just smelling salts, fanning. She is clearly about to pass away from consumption at any moment.
Fantastic. Okay, so you make your way out the front there and towards the carriage. Locke, how are you getting out?
Well, I'm escorting
Right. Sorry.
Wayfish lady.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Wayfish.
Obviously. Okay.
His name I never got, but he's just that
Oh, I
much of a
see.
gentleman.
Fair enough. Okay. Eloise?
Yeah. So Eloise is probably gonna watch or see Locke in Ferris, start to leave, and so then she'll kind of probably hang near the entrance of the VIP area and see what everyone's doing, and then I guess when all the alarms go up, she's gonna be like, oh,
Time
and
to go.
head towards the entrance because it's the nearest place
Mhm.
besides VIP. Well, she'll probably turn to the other VIPs and be like, everyone just stay put.
Okay.
And then I would say I'll probably turn to the other guards and be like, it's probably the fires in the crazy duster. And also the system that's broken. I hope we haven't paid them. I really hope we haven't paid them yet. I'm not surprised. And then I'm going to go check some of the entrances just to make sure everything's okay. And then she'll tell them to go check go check these areas and make sure everyone's okay. And then she'll go see Locke and Ferris at the entrance, be like, oh, let me take you to your carriage.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so you've all basically made it into the parking lot, we'll say at this point, right? Successfully with the score in hand. As you walk to your beautifully pink carriage, you see there is somebody leaning against the carriage.
Is it the lamplighter guy?
It is Eamon Lamplighter.
God damn it.
And he's scowling again, as he always seems to do. And he says, I kind of thought the Jack would try something here today. And when I went searching the area because all the ruckus, I found a second house carriage that wasn't supposed to be here. And I had a feeling something interesting might turn up. you four have caused quite the stir ever since getting out of my prison. I was perfectly happy looking the other way when you were small time. But you've just graduated to the big leagues. I have to say, I'm impressed.
Wait, so he recognized me?
Yes.
God damn it. The mustache off.
But,
Just being like, you know what? Oh, thank God. Just like ripping the mustache off.
but before he does whatever he's gonna do, can we activate the bird to get these collars off?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah, and that goes off without. Well,
Locke's gonna play dumb and be
Yeah,
very
that's fine.
confused.
okay.
What do you mean
What's
play?
happening?
Oh yeah.
Can we take a collar and put it around him?
Interesting. So, well, actually, I would say you should do that later. This is not. You have to like gather everybody together and get the bird, and like the bird's still like coming anyway. So like, I would say probably not yet. I would say.
Well, by this point, you said the four of us were walking up together at this point.
Yes.
So all four of us are together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, are you just preferring
'Cause-
story-wise that it's done later?
Well, yes. Also, just
Okay,
because
then
like
I'm-
the ace may be alerted as soon as you do so.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
a little
I think that's
further
fine.
away first.
Yeah, if it's story-wise,
You will
it
not
makes
be
it a little bit better.
negatively impacted for not doing it. I would say.
Okay. I just wanted
Okay.
to make sure we
Fine.
didn't
Yes.
have
It's
to
one of
also
those
worry
things
about
where we're
being
like,
blown
we
up.
don't want to like have him sneak up behind us and kill us.
Yes. No. So far, you have not caused any suspicion on the ace.
Okay.
He has not become suspicious at all for you the whole time. So you're still in his good graces. You're not in danger of that at all.
Who would be suspicious of my acting as Ted in
That's
that
true.
closet?
That's true.
Honestly, he's probably still thinking about it.
Yes, he's traumatized. So, what was he saying? Yeah, he was saying that he was impressed. So he says that, I'm actually so impressed that I'm going to give you the opportunity to prove yourself against me personally. That's why I'm here by myself. So how about it? Who's ready to step up first?
That sounds like a bad idea.
I do not know what is happening. I was just escorting this lady here.
Oh, really? That's what's happening around here?
Right.
Yeah.
Dilphus Dragon.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that-
you've seen my textiles. They
Yeah,
are,
it's a very real name you
beautiful.
have there, I'm sure.
By the way, who is holding the treasures that we have?
It's very-
Don't we have? Can we like bribe this guy?
Oh, he seems
he,
way
like,
too self-important
super
for
rich?
bribery.
Kel has them, I
Yeah.
think, to this point. I think Kel has your treasures.
Yeah.
If keeping it to save his
okay.
place to have them right now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He loaded them onto the ship for us.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
Yeah.
So, and he kind of like takes off like his little like cape thingy, and he flicks his like wrists down, and like his gauntlets activate, and he begins to like stalk towards
Oh,
you
no.
guys as he begins to go to a bit of a run, and before he aims directly
Hey,
for Ferris.
hold on.
Yes.
First,
Yes.
I assume that I have something on me that I could hold in my hand to look score-like.
Can I try to blind him with the laser as
Oh,
he's running?
wait.
Wait, one thing at a time.
Hold on.
I would say you don't
Okay.
have anything score like in your hands. The score is a very specific look that is
I
very
just didn't know
distinctive.
if if I had some kind of piece of paper or something that I could like squeeze into my hand and crumple up and then like give to someone else.
Um,
Oops, sorry.
so I'll say it's not necessary
No.
because as he begins to move towards you, and you guys all begin to panic, basically, as to how to this man.
Oh yeah.
Again,
Yes.
Elise is just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, like she goes, all right, we're throwing down.
Really?
A shot rings out, and he stops, and he moves with dazzling speed for his size. And with the flick of his wrist, he deflects a projectile aimed right at his head with his gauntlets. And he looks around and seemingly figures out the location it came from, like the direction it came from. And he looks at you guys. Scurry away, little mice. They have a little pest that needs to be dealt with sooner rather than later.
Quick, jump in the carriage.
I'll hunt you again real
Yeah.
soon, though. I'll be right back.
I'm just always so confused about what's going on. What happened to
I think we're all confused.
Is his bounty really bigger?
As they kind of shove Ferris into the car, she's literally gonna be like, "Did he say he needed help with a pest problem? We could probably go take care of
It's
that."
more like they're having to shove Eloise in a car because she was ready to punch her problems away. She said, "You got gauntlets, boy. I don't care."
And you hear over the soul stone the voice of the ace, who is still on your side. Damn, he blocked it. Move your asses now. We are not paying you to sit around and look pretty. Go,
You
go,
know
go, go.
Well, Anna, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. And then I'd love to get those collars off,
Yes.
and as well as grabbing the soul stones. It's
Maybe we
like,
should get out of the parking lot first.
Oh no, I want them all to stay in the parking lot. I'm assuming he can track all of this. And just drop all the collars on the ground next to it along with the soul stones,
Okay.
and then we leave the parking lot.
Okay. For sure. For sure.
Yep.
Okay.
As we drive the speed limit
The speed limit.
to, like, somebody better have done a walk around. This is how people get caught, all right? Check those headlights, check those taillights, drive the speed limit.
All
Whoever's
right.
driving, make sure they have a valid driver's license. Let's go.
Well, actually, cops know that if someone's following frivolous, tiny laws, that person has a reason to not get pulled over. It's actually better to break smaller laws that you would always
Not-
break anyways
not
Seems
because
so
they
difficult to
know.
do.
Like,
They know.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
off we
not-
go.
Okay.
Not
Off you
just
go.
like this. Trust me.
Off we go.
Yes, off
Getting
you
late.
go. So, okay. So I would say at this point you've achieved, I will just say terminal velocity in terms of bonuses, right? Where you already had a plan in place for escape. You are not actively rushing to cause attention to yourself. And at this point, also the person going to be hunting you might already know where you're going anyways, so it doesn't super matter in terms of that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll say that you're able to make your way to the dock safely without being not being accosted, and you all make it to a wayfarer that Kel has flown up to like the front loading area, and he untethers it, he unfurls the sails, and he has kickstarted the engine here, and it begins to slowly drift away as you guys are like basically running towards it. Right? It's make it moving as you guys jump onto it and as it's in motion.
I want Bungie to stretch himself out and everybody runs up, as
Just
it's
a little
going
bridge.
away. He's
Dun, dun,
stretching
dun, dun,
it,
dun,
he
dun.
makes a
Right.
bridge.
There you go.
Yeah.
As you begin to pull away from the dock and into the open expanse, and you are home free, or at least you'd hoped you were
Kind
home
of.
free, right?
I was like, this feels like I'm feeling a setup here.
As you see the lights of other wayfarers come on all at once, all sporting colors and designs of Charon's Clay, the Jack, and the EVs, as alarms go off everywhere.
Wow.
This is
okay.
quite possibly the first time in history that all three of these groups have all wanted the same thing, which is to stop you as fast as possible. And Kel takes off his hat and gives an excited whoop as a blast from one of the smaller dusters fires at you and explodes nearby.
Oh, come on. Something's got to go through his hat.
You put a hole in my hat.
Put a hole in his hat.
My lucky hat. And he yells off into the group of them. Not today, gents. Sorry, but we got places to be. Crew, prepare for battle. Bungie, you've got sleeper duty. Eloise, you're breaker. Locke, you're the void collar. Ferris, take the trailer position. I'll get us into the drift. Just keep them off us until then. Just remember to protect the drift tree at all costs. If the drift globe gets hit, we'll all be turned into ethereal dust. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rock and roll. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight, everybody.
Oh, I want to break
Awesome.
things.
Okay.
Yes.